Hey, everybody out there, this is Mealy from Steelheart. You are watching CMS TV. Love ya.
It is your classic metal show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard something from Dawkins' Dysfunctional Release with Inside Looking Out, and we just heard some Pantera from their Great Southern's Trendkill release with 13 Steps to Nowhere, and a guy who's trying to eat right and get his steps in, my good partner and friend, Chris Akin. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, sir? How are we?
Back again to do this all over again, coming off of a all request music show last week, which was highly successful from at least some of the comments I've seen.
Yeah, I saw you played a ton of songs. Jeez.
I did. I played 40 songs, hung out for a little over 3 hours, almost 4 hours, and everybody seemed to have a good time and got their request in. And I believe it was Demon's birthday last week, so
right.
Everybody was in a celebratory mood and just seeming to having a good time in your absence. So
there you go.
But we're back as we should be.
Yes, sir.
We are the dynamic duo of metal, as one of our fans used to call us.
Are we?
That's what it is, the dynamic duo of metal.
Yeah,
that's us.
Sure.
I believe that was Brian Stone who used to say that.
The dynamic duo.
Mm-hmm. I think he actually used to make little memes of us too. Little dynamic duo memes.
Yeah, Fat Man and Robin.
See, that was a good one.
See
right off the bat, you got a good one off there.
I'm in a pretty good mood, actually.
Well, that's good to know. I saw you were giving people the doubts in the chat room that you were not going to bring it. Then you changed your tune all of a sudden.
I'm in a good mood. I'm on. Since you brought it up, I'm on day 6 of intermittent fasting, where you go 16 hours, where you don't eat anything and you just drink nothing but water.
Yep, I'm well aware of it.
And I'm on day 6, so I'm past headache days. Yesterday was the first day that I did not wake up with ready to just shoot myself in the face to make the headache stop.
Sure.
And honestly, I guess not eating makes you more energetic, because I definitely have been a lot more going,
Yeah.
So I'm not, no complaints. I'm in a good mood.
Well, my days pretty much consist of nothing but water from the time that I eat dinner to the time that I eat dinner is nothing but water.
Jeez.
So it's almost 24 hours between actual food. Now, mind you, I do a kind of like a vegetable fruit drink powder thing in the morning, but that's basically it. The rest of the day is nothing but water.
No. Well, I've got it down. I'm doing about, and I don't want to turn this into a whole weight loss show, but
I mean, here's the thing. We, even though we have a reputation of doing a shock jock style show or a music related show, the people in our demographic, they all deal with the same things we do.
Yeah.
And a lot of them take some notes sometimes. Sometimes we lend a few good tips out there for our listeners who may listen to us and think we too have the answers, which we really don't. But people look at us as if, hey, these two got it going on. What is their secret?
Well, I'll just tell all those people this. If you're taking dietary tips from this fat fuck, you are stupid. I mean, wait a year until I've lost 150 pounds. If I somehow stick to this and I lose 100 or more pounds, and I look totally different in a year from now, I don't look like fucking Santa's fat brother.
You'll look like John Goodman.
Yeah, exactly. If I look melted like John Goodman or one of those guys, then you can say, well, that guy fucking did it. Until then, don't worry about me as far as dietary tips. But no, I'm just feeling good, man. I've got it down to about 1,300 calories. Basically, I eat a sandwich at noon, and then I eat like today for dinner. I had 2 little pork chops, like little tiny ones, not like a regular sized pork chop,
Yeah.
like maybe 3-4 ounces of pork chop, and a pear. And that's all I've had today. I had a turkey wrap for lunch, and I had two pork chops and a pear for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. No pop, no nothing. I drank some Crystal Light Diet iced tea. I drank one of these full of that, and now I'm back down to water till noon tomorrow. Dude, the hardest part for me, and this is fat fuck disease, if ever there was. It gets to be about 11:15 in the morning, and I am staring at that clock. I'm like, 11:15, 45 minutes. I can eat that sandwich.
You're looking at that sandwich like Eddie Money.
Oh my God. Yes. Like the Rev staring at his toes and looking at his sub. I mean, that's really it. It's like, okay, it's 11:30, half hour more. And I kid you not, and I'm embarrassed to tell this one, but I'll tell it anyway. It got to be 11:58 the other day. 58.
Yeah.
And I got up off the couch and I went into the kitchen and I was literally timing it so that the minute it was 12 o'clock, the second I could rip that sucker open and eat it, because I was so fucking hungry. But that was like day 2 or whatever.
Right.
That was when you're just dying, and I was like, I gotta fucking eat something. Right. And I mean, 12 o'clock and about 2 seconds, I was stuffing my fat face with that sandwich. And it's like, so now I'm getting into the point where I don't have the headache as bad anymore. And it's now I'm trying to, I'm watching YouTube videos and everything else, trying to do this right.
Sure.
And I'm trying to do the thing, and this is something I've never done, which is probably one of the main reasons I'm such a fat fucking cow. But one of the things that they say to do is take a bite and put it down. Just put it down. Even if it's just for a second, put it down. Don't just, and I am the worst at sitting in front of the computer and I'm doing something with my right hand with the mouse while I'm eating, while I'm stuffing food in my face. And it's like, you can't do that. You gotta make a sandwich last 15 minutes. Or 20 minutes or whatever. You cannot just, and push it down your face, or you'll be hungry again earlier. It's that slow down so that you get, I don't know, I would say full, but I have not been full in a week. So, but I'm working on it, and I'm not saying I'm going to do it or make it or whatever, but I'm trying, and that's the best I can do. So.
Your story reminds me of that Sopranos episode where Vito took off and was being a handyman. And he goes, well, it's like 7:45,
Yes.
And if I can only last till like 10 o'clock, it'll be like break. And then if I could last till noon, don't look at the clock. Don't look at the clock.
Right.
All right. Go ahead. Look at the clock. God damn it. It's only
it's been like 30 minutes or whatever. That's how I feel, man. And really, it's not too bad, except for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because my stop time is 8 p.
Sure. Right.
And then I go till noon. So 8 p, you go to sleep. And that's one good thing about this. I have been going to sleep around midnight-ish, which is rare for me, but I have been going to sleep around midnight. And so that's not bad. You sleep most of it away.
Sure.
Get up at 7 or whatever. But that morning is a bitch. And for me, it's the king bitch, because I'm allowed to drink black coffee, which I kind of don't like, but I have to because of the caffeine. I'd rather be filling it with all the bullshit that will absolutely keep the weight. I'd rather pour into it the vanilla, the French vanilla creamer, and the sweet and low and all that bullshit, so it tastes good. But I'm really, so far, I mean, for me to get 6 days without any cheats at all is a first, and since the last time when I lost 150 pounds or whatever, in 2012.
Well, the thing is if you can do it long enough and stay away from the sweets and the sugar and things like that, if you do it long enough, the next time you have sugar, you'll be like repulsed by it.
Sure,
You'll-
that's what
you'll
everybody
just
says.
It's like, oh,
Hey Metalheads! Tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
you know how long it's been since I've like actually eaten a donut or anything like that? It's been like 15 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
15 years at least.
I will say this though, that is one place I do not have a real problem. I'm not saying I don't eat sugar, but I don't eat much of it. And like even like what I was saying in there, I use Sweet and Low. I don't use regular sugar ever. I just ingest a little packet of Cancer once a day with my coffee and I'm good. but I don't eat candy. I joke about it all the time. I'm the one fat guy that doesn't eat candy or cake or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, the killers to me are the fucking pizza and pasta.
Right.
And I love me some pizza and I love me some pasta, man. So,
Right.
So, that's switching from that to 2 small pork chops and a pear is, and I'll be honest, Saturdays is usually my worst day because I don't want to do anything before the show. So it's usually I'll order a pizza about 3:00 and I'll eat like 3 slices or whatever and be good for the show. And today was like, nope, not doing that shit.
Yep.
So
I will bet you it's been at least over a year since I've ordered a pizza.
Oh, I don't even think I can say a month. I don't think I can ever say a month.
And trust me, I love pizza, but it's just not, it's not something I would just eat on a regular basis.
Right.
Just wouldn't do it.
Oh, I would. I'd eat it every fucking meal if I could.
Know. Well, I know. You've made that very clear.
That would be my death. If somehow I won ownership of a Pizza Hut or something, I would be dead in 6 months because I would eat it every meal. I would eat it every meal.
You'd eat up the profits.
Georgetta used to say this to me all the time that, because I love pizza. And she's like, if you keep eating it, you're going to get sick of it. I'm like, you know what? It has been 40 fucking years and I am not sick of it yet.
Right.
I love pizza.
Sure.
Even bad pizza.
Who doesn't love a good pizza?
Yeah, a good pizza, yes. But I'm that guy that'll go and be just as happy with Little Caesars or some just horrible, damn near cardboard with tomato sauce on it. I'm happy with that too. If it's pizza-ish, I'm in.
Pizza-ish. As long as it's pizza adjacent,
yes.
I don't care. I'll eat it.
That's right. You probably
I will eat toast with tomato paste and melted cheese on it and call it a pizza.
Yeah. Take a shit on a board and color it red and I'm eating it. As long as it's shaped like a triangle, I'll try it.
Right. I will cut up English muffins, put tomato sauce on it, melt some cheese on it, and have a mini pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or pizza bites or whatever. What are those little pizza? They're like this big and they're pizza pockets or whatever.
Yeah. Pizza bites. I think that's
pizza bites.
Called.
Yeah. Those are good too. I could eat those by the bagful. Holy shit.
By the bag.
I would. Believe I could. Let me tell you about pizza bites or whatever they're called here. They sell them in a bag that's about this big.
Yeah.
And it holds about 30 of them. There's never been a time that I've bought those and not made the whole fucking bag. Never. Not one time. It's always put the whole thing on a fucking tray, throw it in the oven for 40 minutes, and eat those motherfuckers for the next 2 hours till they're gone.
I will eat them until they are no more.
That is correct. And then I'll be licking the fucking pan. Oh, let me get some of those crumbs.
You know what that tastes like? It tastes like more.
Yes. It's close enough. If there's enough crumbs, that might equal 1/2 of one or something.
Well, look at you making big changes, at least for the time being.
Well, I'm trying, man. You know what, man? It's funny, and this is kind of odd. I had a almost 3-hour conversation with my ex the other night.
Wow.
And all positive, no negatives, no nothing.
Well,
I mean,
why
we're good
would there
now.
be any negatives? I mean, it's been what, 12 years, 13 years?
Well, 2012, so 14 years.
Yeah, 14 years.
14 years. Well, there'd still be negatives because
I mean, you've been apart almost as long as you were together.
yeah. Well, that's we actually joked about that I said I said to her, you know why she sometimes doesn't like me? Because I say things like this. And I literally said to her, I said, we were married for what seems like 900 years, and it seems like we've been divorced for 3 months. You know? She was like, fuck you. But no, I was talking to her, and I said to her, I said, you know, I spent so many years not giving a fuck because I really didn't care if I lived or died. I really didn't. And, you know, not to bring this fun segment down a little bit, but I will. You know, and now... I mean, and you know this about me, dude. I really didn't care. Some of the dangerous shit that I did, even like with the drinking, even.
Yeah.
I mean, you've witnessed that firsthand, me drinking to where if I would have died, if I literally would have died at my birthday party that one time, you'd have been sad. You wouldn't have been surprised.
No, not surprised.
Because I poured it in. I didn't care. I didn't have man, you got to take care of yourself a little bit thing going on. And once I hit that 55 marker, that was like the benchmark that the doctor told me, that if, you know, that whole, if you make 55, be happy thing. Once I hit that, now I kind of want to be here. You know, I'm not in any hurry to fucking jump in the box now.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that doctor kind of put this, what do they call it? The sword of Damocles over your head. Like your life was hanging by a string, you know, and once the danger passed, or once that, like you said, the benchmark passed, it's like, you know what? I got a lot of life to live.
Yeah.
You know, I'm past it. I'm past the doom and the gloom stage.
Yeah, now I'm on the real borrowed time. But, you know, and it's funny because I get why he said that to me is, you know, what I'm sure he says that to everybody, you know, and I'm sure it's more of a, you only got this many days, so you better get out there and use them. Don't sit around sulking. I know that's probably what, in his mind, his message was.
Yeah.
And that's fair. But, you know, now that I'm past it, it's like, you know what? I feel better than I have felt in a real, and not just this week. I'm saying even the last 6-8 months or whatever. I feel better, mentally better.
Right.
Physically better because I've been doing the yoga. I mean, I've been doing the yoga now pretty much every single day since, I don't know, last November, I think is when I started it.
Okay, so it's getting up on a year.
Yeah, and that's making me feel better. You know, the only thing that blows is I wish I could do more because I used to love to work out. That's the worst part of this whole mess is that I loved working out back in the day, and I'm starting to get that vibe again where I like lifting weights and, you know, I'm actually enjoying doing the weights every day and stuff. But I can't. Because if I get too hot, the sweat builds up under these fucking grafts. And if I go too far with it, then they'll have to cut them off. And that's a real fucking nightmare.
Right.
You know, I'm not in the mood to get another, you know, to get a graft cut off and another one put in because I get an infection or something. So, so I do got to be careful, which does suck, which is, you know, probably the reason that I'm 400 fucking pounds because I can't. You know, I mean, if you gain 10 pounds, what do? You get on a treadmill an hour a day, or you go walk around the track, or you go and do something. If I do that and it's hot, I run the risk of a real problem, a bigger problem than, you know, than maybe a lot of other people. So I have to sort of be cautious, but it is what it is.
Well, you've done a good balancing act so far. So I mean, you know what the signs are and what to look for and what you can and can't do, and you work within the limits.
Yeah, I mean, since I finished with all my surgeries in whatever year that would have been, 96, I've not had that happen. course, that's because I ballooned up like a fucking beluga whale. But, instead of trying to push it, but now I'm going to try and push it a little bit and see what happens. And
push it.
Push it real good.
Push it.
Get up on this.
Too funny. All you got to do is get Spinderella to play in the background for you, and you can, get your aerobics going.
Yep, exactly. Dude, yet again, I'm in this fucking studio, and I got fireworks going off.
I don't hear it this time.
Well, it's because it's in the center of today is Twins Day.
Oh yeah,
which is the big Twinsburg festival.
Sure.
So they're doing the fireworks, and it's like, what is it? I come in here and they just start throwing fucking fireworks around here. It's like, God damn it.
Don't you know I'm doing a show in here?
Yeah.
Quiet.
Do that on Sunday, you fuck.
Don't you realize how important this show is and how many people rely on it? What's wrong with you?
There's several hundred people that'll hear this. Fuck you and your 10,000 people in the center of town.
Yeah.
There's 130 people listening to me right now.
Fuck you and your twins.
Yeah. Bunch of fucking freaks.
Yeah.
Dude, I was telling somebody this week that I'll just leave it as somebody. She was talking to me about where I live, and I told her, and she's like, "Oh, my cousin or something has twins and has gone to that festival. I'm sure you've been there a bunch of," and I was like, "Never been." And she's like, "What do you mean you've never been?"
Right.
And I was like, I refused to do it. I always did. It was one of the biggest points of contention between me and Georgetta in our marriage, was that I would not let my kids go to it.
Right.
Who are twins.
Sure.
And I just wouldn't, I could not do it, man. I saw the freak show and I saw these guys all dressed in the same fucking bow tie and shirt and suspenders and what. And I just was like, I am not going to lump my two kids, my two individuals as one and treat them like they're a fucking package deal. And intro them to the freak show with all the news coverage and all that shit. I was like, fuck that. And I never did. And every August, Georgetta and I just had a fucking war because she's like, this is the year I'm taking the kids to Twins Day. I was like, yeah, well, then I'm out because I'm not fucking letting that happen.
Right.
And I'm glad I did, because for better or for worse, my two sons are nothing alike, which is good. I mean, you see twins and you're just like, when they're answering each other's sentences or what, finishing their sentences.
Right.
It's just such a fucking freak show, and it's like, I can't be part of that.
Yeah, I get you. Well, I've been in the same location for 21 years, and being that this little town is the home of the popcorn king Orville Redenbacher.
Right.
They have a day here, popcorn festival.
Okay.
In September.
Do you go?
Never been once. Not even once. I've been here for 21 years. I've never gone once.
But here's the thing. Do you eat popcorn?
Sure.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I got a couple bags downstairs.
Oh, I would have imagined that would have been on the off. Is it plain?
No.
Or do you put butter and shit on it?
No. I don't put anything on it. It just comes flavored.
With butter or with what? I just can't picture you eating something that's horrible for you.
Well, popcorn isn't horrible for you.
No, but all the bullshit that they put on it is horrible.
It's just got a little bit of flavoring on it. It's not butter and stuff. It's not that. See,
I'm the asswipe that does, if I do popcorn, it's like the cheese flavor.
No, this is just the plain popcorn with a little bit of flavoring.
Okay.
That's it. No, it's just something I just take a little handful of it every now and again just to, ward off a little bit of the hunger, and that's it.
Right. All right.
It takes probably 2 weeks to go through a bag.
And it's a microwave bag?
No. It's already popped.
Oh, it's one of those big bags?
No, it's about like that.
All right. Like a chip bag that you would buy at the store. It's just popcorn.
Correct.
That takes you weeks?
Yeah, about 2 weeks to go through a bag because I only eat like a little handful of it.
Again, maybe today I'd do better, but 2 weeks ago, that's me watching wrestling one time.
You just sit there and eat the whole bag.
I would. I just keep reaching in, stuffing my face, dropping it all over my fucking shirt and stuff. Fuck yeah.
Well, look at you, but making changes.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to. I just got to a point where I was like frustrated with a lot of shit about myself again. And it's the first time I've really been frustrated with myself since right after the divorce. You know, I wrote about it in Victories, about how I had to make a list of the things I didn't like that was going on with me and all that other shit. And I started, you know, I kind of, I don't know, about a month ago, I quit working one day at like 4:00 in the afternoon. And you know that ain't me.
What?
You know that's not me. But I just was like, I just couldn't go anymore. And I was like, what is going on with me? And then I just was like, man, you are fucking turning into Jabba the fucking Hutt again. And you got to fix this shit. You got to, you know, and not even so much, the weight doesn't matter. And that's the funny thing with me. The weight doesn't necessarily matter. I'll lose some because obviously drinking a ton of water is going to help me lose weight.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is not the weight, it's the lag, you know, the brain lag and whatnot.
Right.
When you're eating like shit and you're not moving enough and whatever, and you're not getting outside and touching the grass, as the kids say, or, you know, when you're living like that, you get into that fucking mindless zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I started feeling like I was getting in that mindless zone, and it's one thing to get in that zone but still be productive, because at least then I'm making money and I'm doing what I should be doing, and that's fine. But when you get in that zone and all of a sudden you're not making your money and you're much more interested in, you know, watching interrogation videos on YouTube than you are in making your coin,
right?
It's like, man, you got to fucking put your shit together. So,
yep.
So that's what really kicked me into another gear here. So here we are.
Yeah. Well, I get you. I mean, even, you know, even I, you know, some people look at me as saying that, you know, that I, you know, am very regimented and disciplined in what I do. And for the most part I am, but I have some bad habits that I got out of. Like, I used to have cocktails during the show.
Right. Oh yeah.
I haven't done that in a year.
Okay.
You know, haven't done that anymore. I just drink water through the show anymore because it was interrupting my sleep.
Sure.
I could tell the difference, that it was interrupting my sleep. You know, it was good while it was going down and it was nice to relax and stuff. But then you wake up, you know, just a few hours later and it's just like, holy shit, I just went to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, and it wakes you up. And so I thought, I got to get away from doing that. Yeah. Then another thing I started reading up on is I've been taking magnesium before going to bed, and I sleep through the night.
Magnesium,
I will share that with you.
Was a tablet or something?
Yeah, it's a capsule.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a magnesium capsule. It's good for your blood pressure. It's good for burning weight. It, you know, while you sleep, it gives you rest. It gives you restful sleep. So I started taking magnesium before going to bed, and I sleep from the time I go to sleep to the time, you know, maybe a couple minutes before my alarm goes off.
All right.
So it just relaxes your whole, what do you want to call your nervous system?
Well, I'll try that.
You know, so it's just a couple small changes that even I make from time to time when I'm not, you know, feeling, you know, like I'm doing my best,
right?
Or it could be better, you know, or things are being disruptive to where I feel like I'm out of sync, you know, I'm out of, and so it's like, well, what do I got to do to get back into rhythm again, you know?
Right. Yeah. Same as what I'm doing now. I took it way further than you.
Yeah.
Let me answer one from the chat room. NetY71, I appreciate the offer, but I have never been fishing in my life. Never. He said, now that you want to live, do you want to go bass fishing with me?
Look at that.
I've never been fishing. I went fishing one time. I'll pull this back a little bit. I went one time. I tried to catch fish. I didn't. That was it. Never went. My dad wasn't into it, so I wasn't into it. And it just was like, and by the time I would have been of the age, I guess, 12, 13, 14 years old, I was way more interested in doing shit that girls wanted to do, because I was trying to get with the girls.
Right.
So,
of course.
so, and the girls do not fish, not usually.
Yeah, they're fishing for a husband as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Someone to pay the bills.
Yeah. Well, probably not at 12. Well, maybe certain demographics, but
right.
Could be.
Ones that, enjoy worshiping a deity by the name of Muhammad.
Hey. That was Neely, the one in Chicago, guy with the bombing shoes, not me.
Hey, metalheads. Tired of the same old boring radio? Crank it up and dive into CMS 24/7 at cmsradio.net. Non-stop, the greatest, wildest segments from over 20 years of the classic metal show. Uncensored, unfiltered, and completely insane. Hear Neely's legendary rants, Chris losing his mind, and every wild character that made the show a cult classic. Plus, catch the latest full episode with all the music every single day at noon Eastern. Lock in now at cmsradio.net and feel the hilarity, the chaos, and the glory of metal history. CMS 24/7, because CMS lunacy never sleeps.
Hi, this is David Huff from the band Giant, and you're watching CMS TV. Keep it real.
Well, good for you, man. I'm glad to know you're doing something for yourself. You're
trying.
doing, just doing something that is beneficial, and actually taking action.
Yeah.
Just you could sit there and think about it all day, and I'm one of the biggest procrastinators when it comes to stuff like that. But when I finally put my mind to something, I'll get it done.
Mm-hmm.
It just takes something, just like one of my MO, something. I'll have something burning in my mind for a while, and I sit there and have those, conversations with yourself. It's like, why aren't you doing this? Get up and do this. And then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and you go, today's the day, and you get up and do it.
Yeah.
But it might lag on you for weeks or even months.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden something kicks in and you're just like, I'm all about it now.
Yeah.
And you don't know what that something is.
Well, I know what it always is with me. It's I literally have to wake up and go, I fucking hate where I'm at now. I have to get to that point, and then once I get to that point, it's like, okay, I can cruise for 6 months doing better. But man, if I can just get through another fucking week with the weights. The weights are where I think it'll be for me, and I'm not lifting with heavy weights or anything. I'm really not. I mean, it's
you can't start off heavy. I'm sure you're well aware of that.
Yeah. So but I'm not even going to try to get to that point. I'm not going to, I have, I think I'm using the Nautilus machine that I have here, and you've seen it here in my living room, and I'm doing, I don't know, maybe like 160 benching and pull downs. I'm doing like 120. I mean, it's not light, but it's not crazy. I mean, I used to bench 450. Now I'm like, if I put it up to 225, I'm like, one,
Yeah, but that was 40 years ago, Chris.
I know, but it's still, you know what it is? It's all I know. So in my mind, it's not, well, you're going to be weaker because you're older. In my mind, it's like, why can't you fucking do this, you fucking pussy? I really do get it now. those modes. I don't equate the time like I should, I guess. But,
Right.
you know, and they say that, you know, as you get older, you just don't have that kind of strength anymore.
Well, you do, but you just don't have the drive. You know, the drive, and you know, obviously with guys, it's the reduction in testosterone since you were a kid to where you are as a 60-year-old male.
Right.
You know, so that's a factor.
Sure.
And a whole lot of factors play in there. You know, so you just gotta. As much as we talk about these singers that need to sing in their range based on their age and whatever, we as men have to tailor our daily activity based on our ability,
Right.
and the changes that come with it. And I've embraced it. I've accepted where I'm at in life. I don't feel any different today than I did, say, 20 or 25 years ago.
Right.
I don't have any aches or pains. I don't feel like I'm decrepit. I don't feel like I can't get out of bed in the morning.
Right.
I don't feel as if I don't have the drive or anything. It's just I'm at it all the time. You know me. When I got a very regimented schedule through the week, and I don't miss a day. Not a day. Not a day sick, not a day excuse to blow off and say, fuck it, I'm not working today.
Right.
That's just not my DNA.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, I appreciate everybody in the chat room concerned that I'm going through menopause. Thank you.
Are you? You're going through menopause.
Menopause. Somebody put that in the chat room too.
Well, there's nothing wrong with positive change. Again, I do it myself. So, if there's something that'll make my life better, or the changes that are necessary to maintain a good mental health and good positive outlook and, positive mental attitude. And,
sure.
That's what's important. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just trying to stay here to keep entertaining you dummies that find me entertaining. Because for a while there's a long time that I really didn't give a fuck if I dropped dead, but now I'm sort of there. So
all right, well, good. Glad to know that.
So, but all's good.
All right, perfect. Well, I don't have a ton to report. Just basically work, making money. Just that's the whole thing, making money. I did make a couple new investments this week, which has been something that I've been concentrating on in the last year or so.
Right.
Is because I put away a bunch of money, and I was just like, well, I can't just keep putting money away. I need to put it into something.
Sure.
So I've been doing that.
You ever thought about a great investment in a pinball organization?
What's the ROI, Chris? I need the breakdown. Give me the sheets.
I'm talking a donation. For
donations.
For your the gift of giving, as they say.
Is that what it is? Give until it hurts.
Yes. Just write me a check. Hey, dude, that's one thing. As I've been going through this business thing that I've been going through, I had no clue that every bank in the country, and this, I'm going to say it, and I'm not going to say it as a terrible thing because we've already taken advantage of it, but I'm still kind of annoyed by it. Did you know that every bank in the fucking country has a slush fund for community activity or involvement?
Typically, yeah. I mean, that's for good PR.
Yeah. Well, I had no idea, but where does that money come from? Them jacking you on interest or bounce checks or whatever.
Sure, absolutely.
But we were advised of that, and then we had a school that just couldn't afford a field trip for us. And we went to the bank. We just went to the bank and said, "Hey, do you guys want to sponsor this shit?" And they were like, "Yeah." They're like, "Here's $2,000. Boom." They wrote us a check and gave us a bag of tchotchkes and bullshit to give the kids from the bank, which we did. And it's like, fine. But I had no idea. That has been like the not just that, but just in general, working with people that are at the next level of business than I am
Right.
is so eye-opening, because you really start learning, well, this is how people do this shit. They laughed at me because they were like, well, you're a nonprofit. How many donors do you have? And I was like, well, as of today, we have none. And they were like, well, why don't you have any? I was like, I don't know. I've called every one of them. And they're like, well, send me the packet that you provide. I was like, I don't give them a packet. I call them. I tell them what I need. And they're like, that's just fucking dumb. They're like, you gotta make it count. You gotta tell them what you're using the money for, and this and that.
Right,
You gotta have a business plan for every little thing. And
well, again, it's a whole PR marketing thing.
Yeah. But I'm learning on the fly here. I've always been a very small business type of a guy. I've never been big business guy, and now I'm starting to learn the big businessy pieces of it. How companies get $20 million donations from, organizations and families and whatnot. So who knows? I may just get a big donation and then just retire.
Yeah, there you are.
God, I had that conversation with Ed this week. I was like, if we could get like $5 million, I'm so done with this fucking business. And he's like, what would you do? I was like, I'll do something. I will do anything else, but I won't do this. To sort of quote Meatloaf, I would do anything for bucks, but I won't do that.
Right. And then you get that knock on the door for extortion.
Yeah, exactly.
A
sheriff.
It wasn't wrong that you took this money. It's what you did with it, and that you used it for personal enrichment.
Exactly.
So we're holding you for extortion.
Hands behind your back, sir.
Yeah. But I thought I was allowed to dip into that.
Yeah, I needed it.
I thought it was mine.
Yeah, you gave it to me. Why wouldn't I keep it?
This isn't fair.
Yeah, this sucks. What good is making money if I can't keep it all for myself?
Right, exactly. Exactly, that's funny.
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
Good stuff. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's a write-off, and again, it's a business expense, and it goes under the tier of marketing. So again, we did good deeds for the community in which we serve. But we used your money to do it.
Right.
But the bank is a business. It's a business.
Yeah. I know. Well, I'm happy to take some of their coin, that's for sure.
Sure. But they get their name plastered around there.
Yeah.
Look, we took care of these underprivileged kids who would have not had a good day at the Pinball Palace.
Yeah.
Had we not provided them with a couple of shekels so they could go enjoy themselves. We did it for the kids.
Yeah, and it is a game. I mean, it's like, they do that, and then you have to, we had to send them photos and whatnot so they could put on their social media of
course.
Here's what we did at Pinball PA. We had organizational day or whatever.
And that will just garner another big donation to them.
Yep.
To go, well, look, I'm going to open up an account in their business department because they're so good with the money, and they're good stewards, and they're good, good to the community, and they pay back, they give it back.
Care. Yeah, they care.
So that's what it's all about.
I know. It's just such a goddamn game.
It is.
Elon Musk needs to hurry up with this nobody has to work anymore thing. Have you heard him saying that in 10 years nobody will have a job anymore?
Nobody will have to work.
I love that. Please make that happen in my lifetime. Even if it's just for 1 year. You know how great it would be?
But you know what will happen after that, don't you?
What's that?
Then it starts with let's get the really non-essentials out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, granted we don't have to work, but then again, we don't need any dead weight either.
Yeah.
That serve zero purpose. So it's time to start calling the herd.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm fine. Just start at the
I'm
younger.
going to be one of the ones that is not called.
Yeah, exactly. I'll still do something productive, but it won't be what I'm doing now. I'll be writing books or something.
Right.
I'll be creating educational opportunities. That's what
Sure
I'll call
you
it.
will. Sure you will. You'll be a stand-up philosopher.
Yes, that's right. I will speak at colleges or something.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Nice. Well, good. It sounds like a few good positive things have been happening in the Chris Akin camp.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually in a, it's funny because I always come into the chat room early. I'm like, oh, let's get this fucking shit over with. That's usually my MO to start the show is, fuck, here I am again, and and honestly, I love doing the show. It just, it's like we've said a million times, it's starting. Once it starts, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's that lead up to, it's 6 fucking hours. It's a long time.
No, don't look at the clock.
Yeah.
Don't look at the clock.
and I do on a lot of Saturdays when and that's what gets me into that bad headspace. Is I start looking at the clock and I'm like, only 5 more hours till I got to be up for 6 more.
Right.
I got to go and take a nap. I got to do this. I got to, it's like I convince myself that it's this bad thing so that I come into the show just like, here I am in that same fucking chair again, and it's like, but now I'm trying my damnedest to not be that way. And it's working, and we have said, me and you have said off the air, how fast these shows have been going the last 2 months or whatever.
So quick.
It's like 6 hours feels like 30 minutes.
It does.
It's like even this, we've been rambling for an hour.
Yep.
Seems like we just turned on the fucking cameras.
Yep.
And that's good. I like that. I think I got myself into, I think especially with this businessy bullshit and some of the other stuff that I won't talk about on the air, but you're aware of from a year before, like, with my kid and everything.
Right.
I got myself just into a kind of an ugly headspace. And I needed to get out of it. And now I finally feel like I might be crawling out of it, like Jane Gum in the hole. I'm slowly trying to get up the.
You're breaking free of the grasp of just, for lack of a better term, kind of a depression.
Yeah. Well, I always fight depression. You don't get to be as sick of a fuck as I am without having something broken in your brain. So, I definitely know that I fight depression a lot. That's why I was angry for every minute for 30 years or whatever, because I stayed depressed. And while I'm better than I used to be at it, I'm not all the way there yet. I don't think you get all the way there. I think what you have to do is you just have to know the signs and be a little more proactive. When I start going down that rabbit hole, I really gotta not head to the bottle or head to the pizza and just head to the weight bench or take a walk or some bullshit like that, something other than my pitfalls or my whatever, my landmines, because I do tend to fall for those landmines off. And that about me. And I think anybody that's listened to the show knows that about me is I'll be good for a while and then I'll show up drunk to the show, every show for like 6 months. Remember those days?
Oh yeah.
And it's been a while for that now. Because I don't drink during the show either anymore. It was getting out of control again. It was, dude, I stopped drinking on the show. I think, when did we do the Motorhead beer thing? Because that was the last time I really drank hard. And that was like 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
But that was when I was drinking 12 to 18 beers per show while doing the show and drinking at least a 12 pack during the show. I have this little trash can over here, and every week it was full. You know, I was like, I'm falling into that fucking place again.
Right.
And, you know, and that's why I stopped doing it. And, you know, and it really wasn't even about the drink. Like, I don't, you know, again, I didn't give a shit if I lived or died at that point. So I was like, who cares? Whatever. I'm getting through it. And then, but then it just got to a point where it was like, man, you know, what are you doing? Where's the stop point to this? And I just had to stop it. And I really noticed it listening to the shows. Like I would listen back to the shows and I would hear beginning of the show would sound like tonight where I'm up, I'm energetic, I'm telling jokes, everybody's laughing, we're having a good time. End of the shows would be, yep, got it. You know, I was totally, because I was trashed.
Yeah.
You know, I was trashed and I was coming down, you know, and I was making it to the end, but I just was like, you know, the microphone would turn off and I was like, I'm going to go fucking pass out. And that's what would happen. And I was like, this ain't good. But, and that's why I switched and just stopped drinking at all during the show.
Right.
Plus, I don't like to drink by myself because I am an addict of everything. And, you know, drinking by yourself, they say that's the number one rule of things you don't do as a drunk is if you drink by yourself, you just never stop drinking. And so I don't even keep alcohol here in the house right now.
Well, look at you.
You know, if I have the need to drink, literally I have to go do it, which as everybody is well aware, that is an issue for me.
Right.
That is still an issue that I'm fighting.
Do I want to leave the house and go get a cocktail or two or
just run down? Dude, there's literally a drive-through. What do you call that? A package store or whatever?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, there's literally one. It's not even a mile from here. You just go right down the street, take a right, and it's right there. You know, and I still fight with myself over that sometimes. If I'm in the mood for, like if I'm going to watch wrestling pay-per-view or something, I'll be like, yeah, let me get a beer. And then, you know, go get a 40 or something. And then I never do because it's like, well, then I got to put my fucking shoes on.
It's the effort I have to make and I have to leave the house.
Yeah.
And then I have
do I got to brush
there.
my fucking hair? Do I put a hat on? Or, you know, or do I just go looking like a fucking dirtbag? And, you know, it's like, it's all these things, and then I'm just like, fuck it, who cares? You know, and then I just sit here and drink water again.
Well, there you go. Deterrence.
Yep. But who knew that being a deterrent was just leaving the house to go 1 mile?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the total time that could possibly take? 5 minutes? 10? So dumb. But it's all good.
Well, yeah, again, I was in a bad space years ago. I mean, this was a long time ago when I was dating a girl that you knew.
Yeah.
Long time ago when I lived in Ohio still.
Right.
And the last year that I was with her, I was so depressed. I was just like so depressed. And I went to work every day. I went through the motions. I did what I had to do. But one of the things, and you've been to my house, a few times, I'm a neat freak. I keep things clean. Everything's in its place. Everything gets, is dusted and vacuumed. And, places, spotless.
Plastic on the chairs and all that other shit.
It's not that. But when I was living, Sunday was always my clean the house and do laundry day.
Right.
And because I was so depressed and not even knowing the reason why, and it was her that was dragging me down.
Yeah.
It was her. And I didn't even know it was her doing this to me, causing me to feel the way that I felt. And I went a whole year without dusting or vacuuming or whatever. And if I did do it, it was like I had weight on my feet, I just couldn't do it. I'd get up on Sunday after, because I was doing the show at WSTB, and I'd get home at 3:00 in the morning, and I'd go to sleep, and I'd get up on Sunday, and I typically would get up 11 o'clock, noon, get the laundry done, clean the
Right.
house. That was my typical routine before, get back to the job on Monday.
Sure.
And I'd get out of bed at noon and I'd move to the couch and then I'd just sit there and stare at the wall.
Yeah.
And it's just like I just couldn't make myself do anything. I could get the laundry done, but that's as far as it could go. But just getting up to just get a dust rag and dust the furniture and stuff,
Yeah.
it was like I just couldn't do it. And then when things ended with her, it was like the weight of the world was lifted off my shoulders, and I felt like I just regained all my energy again,
Sure.
and I was just like ready to just live again.
Yeah. Dude, I went through that same with when I got divorced. Prior to the divorce, I was ready to just die. I would hope I would die. I can't tell you how many times I laid down to go to sleep. I was like, just don't wake up. Please don't wake up. And then I'd wake up. I was like, oh, another fucking day of this, and then once she left and once my head cleared a little bit, because it did take me a minute to get my head right. But once my head cleared, I mean, look at all the bullshit that I've done since I got divorced with
Right.
Pinball PA and Akin IT and Starving Artist and all the
doing
books. This show and the Seth show and the Chris Akin Presents show and the Eric show for a while. And,
Right.
Limping Out of the Fire for a while. I mean,
We're writing a few books.
writing six and a seventh that's almost done. It's like I did so many things once I got that anchor off of my brain. And somebody said in the chat room is girlfriends or marriage equals depression for guys. There's truth to that. There is, because guys are not meant to be fucking catering to some bitch.
Caged.
Yes, that's the better word, caged. You're meant to be out doing shit or doing what you want to do and not doing things that you absolutely would never do without them.
Right.
That's and I don't know, do guys, other making them suck our cock, do we make chicks fucking do things that they don't want to do?
Pretty much no.
I mean, no. If you want to go to a football game, whatever. You want to go to a football game and you say, "Hey, you want to go with me?" No. Okay. See ya.
Yeah.
We're not like, "No, you got to go, because if I'm there, you got to be there. I can't be seen without my boyfriend or my girlfriend." We're just like, "All right, fuck you. We're out of here."
All right, I'll see you when I get back. And then they're mad because you went without them.
Yes. Because you should have stayed and taken them to the flower show or some shit.
Well, I guess if you're not going to go, I guess that means I'm not going either.
Yes. Sounds like Chris Neely and I dated the same heartless demon bitch from hell. I guess we did, Spartan. Or maybe they're all the same heartless demon bitch from hell.
You never let them behind the curtain. They're all sisters. They're all sisters. You never let them behind that curtain.
I'm still a believer that the number one thing that proves brain damage is fucking having a vagina. Because they're all fucking broken. Every one of them broken. And just in the worst way. And the older they get, the more broken. My God. It is horrible.
Well, there you go. There's an hour of therapy for those of you in our age group that may or may not be experiencing similar things, but hopefully maybe somebody got something out of that.
Well, maybe. And if not, you'd certainly got a couple laughs. I know we threw a couple good one-liners in there.
All right. Well, I say we take a break.
All right.
Get into some tunes here.
Okay.
Of course, I'll be taking your requests via the Fast Pass. The Fast Pass is over there at our locals page. Just go over to classicmetalshow.locals.com. If you aren't a member of our locals page, why not?
Yeah, no
Why
shit.
are you sitting here listening to us all for free and stuff?
Free.
Help us out. Help us out. Offset some of the costs we incur to bring you the show every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, help us out a little bit.
Yeah, come
help
on.
Chris out a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he could use a couple of shekels for doing all the back end work he does.
I could always use more. That's for sure.
So
Considering I'm making about a penny an hour for the time I put into this damn thing.
right, exactly. So so sign up over at classicmetalshow.locals.com. It's $5 a month. It's very cheap, and you get an opportunity to get a request in on a Saturday night.
Yep.
So that's how it works, kids. So do it today.
Yeah, come on.
Shall you?
Okay.
All right. As always, I let Chris kick off the music segment. So what shall we play?
We shall play. I'm just going to put this out here so that I don't have to text you in 20 minutes. Add a sixth song, because I'm going to do something I never do and pick a very short song.
All right.
I had to interview this band this week, and I am beyond hooked on this fucking song. It is the band is called Audrey Horne. The song is called Goddamn Beautiful. It's not even it's not heavy or anything like at all. I mean, it's very, very not heavy.
Okay.
But the hook will stick in your fucking head like bubble gum in your hair.
All right.
Really, really, it's got me. I was telling the dude that I was talking to, I was like, I have listened to this fucking song 900 times. I can't stop listening to it. So that is my request tonight. Goddamn Beautiful from Audrey Horne. Horne.
Right.
Horne.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to get into the tunes here. So here it is. This is Audrey Horne with Goddamn Beautiful exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
New York's heavy metal titans are back! After 10 years, Anthrax unleashes their 12th studio album, Cursum Perficio, September 18th. This is the sound of legends completing their journey. Cursum Perficio, my journey is over. First single, It's for the Kids, is a buzzsaw riff monster! Explosive drums, howling hooks, and pure Anthrax destruction! Scott Ian, Charlie Benante, Frank Bello, Joey Belladonna, and Jonathan Denice deliver the thrash masterpiece you've been waiting for. Get the 2-disc vinyl set right now, available at the bottom of your screen. Anthrax, Cursum Perficio, September 18th. This is the one you've been waiting for.
Hey, it's Alec from IAT, and you're watching CMS TV.
From the Mob Rules release, that of course is Black Sabbath with The Sign of the Southern Cross, featuring Ronnie James Dio on lead vocal. That one going out by request to my nephew James. A couple Whitesnake tunes in there, some early Whitesnake with Steal Away. For Hardy Boy, also Whitesnake from the Slide It In release with Love Ain't No Stranger for Jackal.
Wait a minute, whoa. Jackal picked something as modern as the mid-'80s?
Yeah, believe it or not.
That can't be right.
Yep.
Must have a younger cousin or something that sent that in.
He fell through a time warp.
He escaped that 70s vortex he lives in for a minute.
Yeah. It was in one of the episodes of Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah, it must have been. That must be it.
He was in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Russian there with Bastille Day for John Phillips. Montrose was Space Station number 5 for Roger. And of course, kicking off that block was Something for Chris, Audrey Horne with Goddamn Beautiful.
There we go.
So kind of a rock block of classic sounding tunes, including that Audrey Horne.
I love that, man. And it's weird because the guy that I talked to, Arve Dale, he's also the guitar player for the band Enslaved. So he goes from this brutal heavy band to that. Sure. And that band is apparently popular as shit in Europe. That Audrey Horne, I guess they're a headlining act in Europe, and they toured with AC/DC and Motley Crue, and I guess they're a big band, but here in the States, they can't give anything away.
Right.
So, but I like that. I just like that
Kind of
song.
like Kurt Vanderhoof doing his metal church and then doing his presto ballet.
Right. Exactly right. Same exact thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we are into the second segment of the Classic Metal Show. So what do you have, Chris?
I've got plenty, oh plenty. I'm going to start out with answering a question that you and I asked, I don't know, a month or two ago. Do you remember, it might even have been longer, I don't remember when this was, but it was, remember we were playing the video of Steelheart and of Mealy Metajevic and Jeff Keith doing the Foghat cover?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you remember how we were as we were talking through it, we were like, what the hell would make these guys do this? Do you remember that?
Yeah. I mean, we often question just odd pairings like that and odd choices of, tunes. It's just like, so what prompted this?
Exactly. So I talked with Mealy this week about he's promoting that Badfinger cover that we played last 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to him about that, but then I was like, let me ask you about this and that and a couple of other things. And I asked him specifically about that. So I put the clip together. Let me put it on the screen here. So here is Mealy Metajevic of Steelheart explaining how he hooked up with Jeff Keith and why they did this Foghat cover. Because now we have an answer, at least. It's always good if I try real hard when I have guys like this that I've interviewed a bunch of times if we've talked about them, to kind of remember what we talked about a little bit so that we can get some questions answered.
Right.
So
we want answers, goddammit.
We do. Well, we do talk about these bands, so we might as well I got them on the phone or on the screen or whatever. I might as well ask them, right?
Right.
So here's Mealy from Steelheart talking about how what's the song? I just can't. What is the song? I just want to make love to you.
Okay.
I asked him about doing that Foghat song with Jeff Keith, and here's the answer. Start with the Foghat song that you did with Jeff Keith. I mean, how did that come together? And I'm imagining Jeff from down the road, but how did you end up bringing him in to work with you?
So I met Jeff on the Monsters of Rock like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And as soon as we met and we just connected, it was like, we're done. We're brothers. It's over.
Right.
I know you it's like a lifetime thing, And so we hung out quite a bit, and then we kept in touch. And then I was doing the Monsters of Rock. I was doing an acoustic set this year. Was it last year at the end of the year, or I can't remember anymore. and but anyways, recently.
Mm-hmm.
And he was on it as well. And as soon as I saw him, I said, Jeff, listen, man, why don't we do a song together? Like two bros having a blast, two guys, going in there, rock and roll, you know what I mean? A duet. And he goes, I like it, Mealy, let's do it. Let's do it. What do you want to do? What song you want to do? I said, let's do Foghat song. It's like, great. So I'm doing an acoustic set on the boat. Well, they had an off night. And what does he do? He jumps up on stage and he just starts singing, I don't want you to be no slave. Starts singing that. And then I sang a little bit and I was like, there it is. Everybody's our witness. We're doing that song.
Nice.
So I tell, listen, I'll get it together. Let me produce it. I'll get it going and I'll call you when I'm ready. So I call him maybe a couple of weeks after the boat, Monsters of Rock cruise. And I said, so I call him on a Sunday, and I only had the drums and the guitars on, like rough. These were just, the drums were done, but the guitars were rough, just to see how the vibe is going to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I call him. I say, hey, Jeff, well, when can you come down? I'm thinking maybe a couple of weeks or whatever, get myself prepared. He goes, I'll be there Wednesday. So, but I'm smart enough not to say no.
Right.
You don't want to, you know what I mean? That could be like you say, I'm not, you know how that works. And all of a sudden, 2 years go by. So I was like, fine, pick them up Wednesday. We came in my studio here and we sang and sang and sang and sang. I got to tell you, we were done the first day.
Wow.
But kept singing. And we're just enjoying ourselves. And Jeff just loves to sing and he just keeps going. I go, Millie, let me do another take. I want to do another take. I go, Jeff, we got 15 of them we got to choose from. They're all good. Which one do you want to do? He goes, no, I can do it better. I'm like, going, fuck. Oh, there's that short one.
There it is.
So, but I will say this, he stayed with me and we did nothing but laugh.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun, and we recorded it, came out. I really enjoyed it. I really think we did a good job. And then he came back out. We did a photo shoot. And during the photo shoot, I was like, you know what? We should shoot a video. So I told the photographer, why don't you just turn on that thing into a video camera now and let's just shoot it. So we used, good camera.
So there you go. That's basically it. So,
yeah.
But there's our answer. So apparently they met on the Rock Monsters of Rock cruise. Well,
hello, friends.
Hello, friend.
Well, those kind of things, just to use a term that Chris Macon used to use quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Those things come together organically.
They do.
And that apparently was one of them times that, you just sort of have a kindred spirit when you meet somebody.
Right.
Kind of like you and I did when we first got together on the mic for the first time.
Right.
We tell the story in the book, our version of it when Chris and I first got on the mic together for the first time. And it just clicked.
Yeah, it was pretty immediate. It was like
it was immediate, and it just worked. And here it is 30 years later, and it still works as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, getting back to Jeff Keith and Mr. Menajevic there,
right.
They obviously had that chemistry, that thing that worked. And when you get along with somebody, especially musically, these musicians have a kinship, in the fact that this is their livelihood. This is all they know. This is what they've done.
Right.
They just have an appreciation for each other's talents and abilities. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Mike, I'm just not used to calling him Melee.
I know, dude. Let me find this.
He's Mike Menajevic as far as I'm concerned.
Me too.
And I saw your little post that you've never been a Steelheart fan. I've been a Steelheart fan since I first heard him. But regardless of that, I met Mike almost 2 years ago. I met him.
Malenko, please.
Yes.
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
I met him. He was opening for Warrant, Dokken, and April Wine. And I met him backstage and chit-chatted up with him for a few minutes. But getting back to his story, though, it's just cool that these guys have the ability to, just get together and just hang out and do something that they love together.
Yeah. Yeah. He's the coolest guy. He's one of the coolest guys that I interview, and I'll interview him. I told him after the interview, we were talking a little bit, he has a new project getting ready to come out with Nicholas from In Flames. It's going to be just like, he said it sounds like In Flames with him singing over it. I'm like, oh my God, take my money. I'm all about that. Yeah. But he's just one of the good ones, and I could see Jeff Keith, who's another one of the good ones. I could see those two just getting together and be like, yeah, this is fun. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Dude, I'm gonna share one more thing that I should have actually edited this out. It's so bad. You know as well as I do, man. Every once in a while you come across a name or something that you just can't say. And his is that name that I always fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucked his name up so bad in this interview. And he rolled with it, so I rolled with it, but this is one of the all-time butcherings from me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, I don't give a shit if people see it or not. So check out his name is, well, here, I'll play the ID first. I'll back it all the way up so you can hear the ID. And then I'll play the ID. Let me put it on the screen. And then I'll play the intro where you can hear me doing his name, which is two very different things. Check this out.
Everybody out there, this is Mealy from Steelheart. You are watching CMS TV.
No, he didn't do it. Well, it's like Miljenko Medvedev or something like that. I just fucked it completely. I mean, completely. Check this out. Today on the show, we are having a returning guest, one of my favorite guys in all of the business, whose voice is beyond extraordinary. And he is back with a very, very, very tough song to sing. You know, just me as a lousy karaoke singer, I would never attempt this song. It's way too much for me. But when you've got a 4-octave range, I guess nothing is scary. He's of course promoting the cover of Bad Fingers Without You, and we'll talk about other things as well. He is the lead vocalist of Steelheart. He is Miljenko Medvedev. Mealy, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
I just swung and missed.
Yeah, you just like glossed right over it.
I was just like, he is like. That is one of the worst fuck ups I've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy name to pronounce.
No, it's not. But man, that is brutal.
Yeah, it's Mike Medvedev.
Yeah, I know. Let's go back to that. Let's just go back to it. And boy, let me just back that up a little bit. I got to play it one more time. I just butcher it so bad. I literally, you could hear me just trying to just mumble it so that he can't hear how I'm fucking up his name.
Right.
He's of course promoting the cover of Bad Fingers Without You, and we'll talk about other things as well. He is the lead vocalist of Steelheart. He is Miljenko Medvedev. Mealy, how are you, man?
Miljenko. I mean, it's not as bad as you think it sounds.
I hate it. I'm just like,
well,
man.
I'm sure, but I mean, just the average listener.
Yeah, they won't know.
They won't know. I mean, no. but you're really putting a spotlight on it, and it's really not as bad as you think it is.
Oh, but still, I just knew. I knew when I did it, it was fucked up. You can see, look at the look on my face. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, this is one of those things that you hear it and it's 10 times worse in your own head than the average person who's just listening to the interview.
Right.
Wouldn't even think two seconds about it.
Right. Skippy in the chat room. Close enough, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like nobody would even think that you fucked it up.
Yeah. I did. I was like, ugh. But the worst part is I fucked it up every time the last time I was even like when I interviewed him a year or two ago, whatever it was, I literally called him Mealy from Steelheart because I knew I was going to fuck up his last name. It's just one of those, you know how it is, dude. I mean, you get it all the time when you're reading stories and whatnot, and you come across some fucking name from somewhere else.
Yeah. And
it's like you take a shot, or you just say, when we're reading a story, we can go, it's Muhammad blah 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 from
or some name I can't pronounce.
Yeah, you just say it. I can't say that to him. I can't be like, well, here's the guy from Steelheart. How you doing, bro? I can't do that either. So I took a swing and I felt like I missed. Maybe it's a foul ball instead of a pure miss, but
right.
Wasn't real pleasant. I was like not happy with myself, but I think, man, you're probably right. I'm probably making more out of it than it is, but But whatever, you want to be, you want to be good with this shit.
Of course you do, and especially when you're face to face with the guy,
Especially when you like the guy,
and you don't want to flub up their name,
right?
Yeah.
That's. I was just waiting for him to be like, dude, seriously?
Yeah, he's a small guy too.
Is he?
Yeah, he very very slight of frame, just kind of a smaller guy, but very nice. Like I said, I chatted it up with him for a little bit, and first time I ever met him, first time I actually saw Steelheart perform, so it was good.
I don't know how I missed Steelheart, but I just kind of did.
Well, that was when you were in Korea.
Yeah, that's probably it. But he's huge in Asia. Surprising that I wouldn't have seen him there, but I don't know. You know what? Who knows? There was a lot of those bands that I didn't really listen to much, the Firehouse and Steelheart and whatever. But I like Steelheart now. I listen to them. Actually, I've really toned down on a lot of the bands that everybody listens to over and over, like Motley Crue or Poison or Warrant or any of that stuff. And when I go to like hair metal mode, it's always like Firehouse or Steelheart or these bands that I didn't burn out on, and Steelheart's one of those I'm like, God damn it, I wish I would have been listening to that in the 90s because that was pretty good. So, but instead I moved over to Cannibal Corpse and other pleasant sounding tunes like that. So,
well, that was just to numb your anger.
Yeah, exactly.
Or stoke your anger, one or the other.
Match it.
Yeah.
I want to kill your mother and eat her fucking heart.
I need something. I need something to level me out.
Yep. All right, let's move forward. I know that's just a little quick one. Well, I got one more quick one for you. Friend of the show, friend of yours, friend of mine, Stephen Piercy, released a trailer or a teaser for a new single off of the Dog Mob, called, I forget what it's called. It is called All Night Long. Let me share this. Let me pop this up. And here it is. Already playing, I guess. Let's kick it back to the beginning here. So here it is. This is Stephen Piercy with whatever this is. Here we go. Where's this? So there you go, a little taste.
Oh, God, that's great.
Thank you, Stephen. This thing, what is it doing?
Well, I like the snippet.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good high energy.
Yeah. I'm assuming that means we're going to get the full song this week, I would think. So yeah, so Stephen's getting ready to release the Dog Mob at some point here.
All right.
I guess at that point we'll probably have to have Stephen or Eric or both on the show, don't you think?
Of course.
Of
course.
Yeah, we like
when I saw Stephen a few weeks ago and sat there in his dressing room shooting the shit with him for a few minutes.
Right.
He's Stephen. Stephen's a character, man. He's just funny.
He is a funny guy.
He always makes me laugh. He's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
He's just I when their road manager took me to his dressing room first, and I went in and hung out with him for a few minutes and shot the shit, and then went over and hung out with Eric and met Joel Hoekstra and chatted it up with Blas Elias, and we were doing almost the same thing we did in the first hour here, talking about health and supplements and dietary and workout and all
Right.
kinds of stuff because we're all in the same age group,
Mm-hmm.
Eric being a little bit younger,
Right.
but he suffered a heart attack,
Yeah.
so he's got to be, on his game, taking care of himself and so on and so forth. But then we were sitting in the I guess you would call it the catering room, and we were just sitting at the table, just eating a few things that they had on the cater, and Steven just comes in and he starts picking through everything on there, and he just starts grabbing up stuff because he's like, I'm ready to go back to the hotel, so I'm taking this, 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 and this.
It's funny.
So
He might as well. It's his tray.
yeah, I know, but it's just kind of funny though. He was just, I'm not sticking around, but I'm taking this shit to go.
What's funny is he probably eats like 2 carrots a day.
Yeah, I know.
You see how skinny he is. He's so small.
I know, for 69 years old, 70 years old.
70 something. Yeah. Yeah, he's starting to get old looking a little bit. He's definitely starting to look his age a little bit.
Yeah, he's looking a little leathery.
Yeah. Well, whatever. He's been doing it 50 fucking years or something.
Yeah.
So I guess he can adopt that look, I guess. So
it's just kind of funny that he, from being, I'm sure the party days of Rat to, during his solo days and arcade and doing his own solo shows and, getting back with Rat and stuff. But he gradually went from, the partying, drinking, potentially drugging down to no drinking, no drugging, no partying, dealing with a cancer scare.
right.
Down to just smoking a cigarette, down to nothing.
Right.
So he's like doing nothing because because just a few years ago, what was it? When Smash came out, that was like 17, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
2017. So it's almost been 10 years already.
Right.
But he was smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "This is the only thing I've got." And I don't even think he smokes now anymore.
Oh, really?
No.
Does he still smoke pot?
I can't answer. I don't know the answer. I've never seen him do it, but but it's just kind of funny. But now he just clean and sober
Well, good for him.
at 69 years old.
Exactly. Well, at least he's not like some of these other dummies that we hear that are like the same age and they're still doing blow and whatever. It's like, what are you
Yeah, I
doing,
know.
you fucking idiots?
I know.
All right, next one I'm gonna bring up. We'll play some of the song. I like this song, and I don't know anything really about, because it's a guy from Alice Cooper. I really don't know shit about him. There's a band called Crossbone Scully. Are you aware of this band?
Yes, who was it telling me about them? Somebody had sent me a link to I think
video.
I might. Yeah, somebody must have sent me a link to it.
Okay. I didn't know really shit about it. It's Tommy Hendrickson from Alice Cooper and Hollywood Vampires. And it's a cool song, and they did a song with Phil Collin from Def Leppard, and they got Mutt Lange to produce it, which is pretty cool. And honestly, when you hear the song, it sounds like a Def Leppard song.
Sure, it does.
It's very obvious that Phil is playing on it and Mutt is producing it. There's no question.
It's like having David Foster produce your song and having it sound like 1980s Chicago,
right?
Because these guys have their own sound that they inject into anything that they produce.
Sure. Well, the reason I'm bringing this to the table is not about the song or the band or anything. I got nothing bad to say about these guys at all. But I certainly got a couple of thoughts about the press release. Because this is a doozy of the press release. I know we make fun of it a lot and we know it's all AI and whatever. This takes the cake. This might be the all-time silliest one ever. Let me put it here on the screen. Check this out. Share the screen. All right. Crossbone Scully recruits Def Leppard's Phil Collin and legendary producer Mutt Lange for Thunder Love single. That's fine. That sounds good. But listen to this. Crossbone Scully has released a brand new single, Thunder Love, that features Def Leppard's Phil Collin, capturing a thunder-shaking midnight encounter between two sinners. The song is a shot of lightning and lust-fueled chemistry, delivering the first strike from Crossbone Scully's upcoming sophomore album, Condemned to Rock and Roll, to be made available by Ear Music. What in the fuck? All you need is the guy that reads it goes, in a world. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's a hell of a sentence, isn't it?
It's jam-packed with adjectives.
Oh, my God. And just a shot of lightning and lust-fueled chemistry. What? What does that even mean? Honestly, what does that mean? What is a shot of lightning and lust-fueled chemistry?
It's hot and passionate love.
Is it?
It's lusty urges just exploding together.
Oh, wonderful. Let me read a little more. I mean, not all of it is this, but it's just like, Jesus Christ. Fronted by Tommy Hendrickson of Alice Cooper and the Hollywood Vampires, Crossbone Scully is a gritty hard rock band featuring fellow Alice Cooper guitarist Anna Blackthorne Cara and a revolving cast of rock and roll misfits, teaming up with Colin and the legendary producer Robert John Mutt Lang. Hendrickson has crafted the perfect storm on Thunder Love. The perfect storm. The track also features the powerhouse studio drumming from Glenn Sobel of Alice Cooper and the Hollywood Vampires, whose thunderous performance helps drive the song's explosive energy.
How many times are they going to throw the word thunder in there?
Thunder is all over this thing. And the name of the song is Thunder. Thunder Love.
My point. So it's like, how many times are they going to throw thunder in there?
Well, it's Thunder Love, it's Thunder Shaking, it's Thunderous.
Thunder Thighs.
Yeah, no shit. Just, again, I'll play the song here. I'm not going to read the rest of this junk, but I'll play the song. The song is fine. It's just that press release is just bad. All right, here we go.
Heavy metal warriors, are you ready to crank it up? The Classic Metal Show is live every Saturday night, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., and you can blast it right on your big screen TV. Just download the Rumble app on your smart TV or streaming device. Head to rumble.com/c/CMS. Follow the channel and get ready to headbang from your couch or your bed. Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., catch the daily replay, plus killer interviews on Chris Akin Presents. No cable, no limits, pure classic metal live whenever we hit the stream. Download Rumble now, subscribe, and never miss a riff again. The Classic Metal Show, louder on Rumble.
Def Leppard guys have a sound, don't they?
They got the big drum sound. They got they got the background vocal thing going on. And
this sounds like an outtake from Hysteria.
It does. It really does. It sounds like a scratch track. Def Leppard recording the song, but they just got a scratch track.
Yeah, they got a roadie or something to sing on it.
And I noticed that since Phil Lewis has a whole new look, this guy decided to take the Phil Lewis look.
He took the Phil Pirate look. I guess that's Crossbone Scully, right?
Oh, okay.
Pirate thing, maybe?
I suppose.
Oh, you want a little more of this?
Yeah, why not?
It's not a bad song.
Sounds like Def Leppard.
Yeah, it's not a bad song.
Classic Def Leppard.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we go. I want to get so excitable. It's like the same guitar solo even. I again, don't hate it. By any means, don't hate it. But it really is Def Leppard-y.
Yeah, it's not breaking any new ground at all.
No, I don't think they're trying to. But
it's just it's a very familiar sounding song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not bad. I mean, we get a lot worse through here.
Well, how could it be bad if Mutt Lange is involved?
Well, that's true, too. He doesn't lend his name to much.
Mm-mm.
But, yeah, so there you go. Crossbone Scully. The thunderous riffs of the shot of lightning and the bolt of thunder or whatever.
Thunderous drums, screaming guitars.
So stupid. All right, well, there you go. That's Crossbone Scully for you. Not
All
bad. Right. I'll listen to that is an album I'll listen to. If Phil is on this whole record, I'll listen to it. If he's not, I'll listen to it. Sounds okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So do you think Mutt just did this one song, or do you think he's doing the whole album?
I don't know. I hope he does the whole album. Man, I'd love to see that guy come back into.
So given the relationship with this Crossbone Scully and obviously Phil Collin and getting Mutt Lange on, to turn the knobs, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Mutt is doing this kind of, a little on the cheap side for these guys, just as a little favor?
He may have done it for nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably did. I'm sure he didn't say, okay, my rate is $9,000 an hour or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think a Crossbone Scully with probably no record label support is going to get a Mutt Lange to record.
No, probably not.
For him.
But that said, you know what the weird thing is? They might, because of the Alice Cooper connection.
Mm-hmm.
Alice Cooper. There's a lot of people that have tentacle ties to Alice Cooper. And Tommy's been with Alice Cooper for a long time, hasn't he?
He's been over there a while.
Yeah, it's been at least 10 to 15 years, right?
Has it been that long?
I think it's been that long. He's been there a long time at this point. Again, look at how fast the fucking clock rolls these days, man. It might be 30 years and we just don't even know it, but...
Right.
So who knows? I don't know. And honestly, all I care about is it sounds good. And we're so starved for music that sounds good these days. I'll take it.
A little ear candy, if you will.
Although now that we said we like it, we will just get destroyed. Did I tell you how bad we got beat up over saying that Def Leppard song was good? 3 months ago or whatever that was, 2 months ago?
No, I just thought it sounded like a classic Def Leppard.
Classic Def Leppard.
I shared it with one of my coworkers who went to that Motley Def Leppard thing, and he's an 80s guy. He and I are literally 9 days apart in age.
Sure.
And he loves that stuff, and I shared it with him, and I'm adding that to my playlist right now. I like it.
I like it too.
It's is it groundbreaking stuff for Def Leppard? No, but at least it's the first thing they've done in 30 years. It sounds like Def Leppard.
Yeah, it's groundbreaking for the last 25 years anyway. I mean, my God, take what you can get at this point. All right, well, that's Crossbone Scully.
Looking for your daily dose of classic metal? Follow the Classic Metal Show on X at x.com/CMSRocks. Get the latest classic metal news, honest opinions, exclusive clips, and full episodes of the Classic Metal Show. Want to interact with the show? This is the place to do it. X is the one mainstream social media platform we actively focus on, making it the best way to connect directly with us. Follow now at x.com/CMSRocks and join the conversation.
Hi, this is Gil from Triumph, and you're watching CMS TV.
Bone Scully.
Oh, well, so what were the sum up the comments that we got?
Oh, for just everybody's like, this doesn't sound anything like classic Def Leppard, and you guys like the worst shit ever. And it's just, yeah, all right.
Yeah, well, it didn't come off of Pyromania. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, it's not a fresh track from High and Dry. All right, that band doesn't exist anymore. That band is gone. But, yeah, just that. Again, it's YouTube. Who cares?
I know, but it's stupid.
It is. The YouTube crowd is the worst. But thank you for keep clicking on. Dude, and it's crazy. And I'm not shitting on this guy. I don't even remember the guy's name in the YouTube or whatever. But literally had a guy that messaged on the YouTube and said, I just don't like using Rumble. He's okay with listening to us, because we started releasing the full episodes, but they're edited like the Kumia show.
Right.
And he literally said point blank, he's fine with that. He's happy we're on YouTube, even if it's edited like that. Okay. And I mean, it is. I would never listen to what I'm doing to this shit.
Right.
Because I'm literally, we're using AI and we're identifying everywhere that we say fuck or talk about the jab or any of that stuff. And my son actually does it for me, and he mutes it out or whatever. He mutes out all the words, we literally set up an AI that listens or takes the transcript and finds anything that violates YouTube's terms of service, and we mute it. We don't really cut it, but we mute it. But the other thing that we have to do is with any of the music, like this Crossbone Scully.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just gotten to the point now that the easiest thing to do on YouTube is they have a function that just is called replace song. And literally it tells you from 12:33 to 12:59 is a copywritten song. What do you want to do? And I just go replace it. And then I pick some bullshit song that YouTube provides. It's a royalty-free song.
Yeah, right.
So I know that people are if people are watching like this Crossbone Scully, they'll see us doing this and they'll get like boop 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 type of fucking garbage music over it. And they listen anyway. I do not get it, man. I would, especially when we quite literally say if you want to hear it uncensored, Here's the link. Here's the link. Go over there and listen to it uncensored. Nope. Good enough. I'm on YouTube. It's unfucking believable to me.
Yeah.
You know, even the Kumia stuff. You'll send me a Kumia link a lot of times. Like you send me the Compound Censored or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
First thing I do is go to the app on my TV and I watch it there. I am not going to watch it with that. And then he said, and then I'm not listening to that.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. Did you, speaking of Kumia, did you listen to the Anthony and Jim show yet? First episode?
I tried. I listened to a little bit of it. I didn't get through the whole thing.
Yeah. Again, the awful edits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to end up signing up for the Patreon for that. Because it's unedited. I mean, they did have me laughing. I could do without the guests, though. That's the... Yeah. I really, really was like, I was very excited. Like, I'm sure you were, too. Because, I mean, we've been wanting this since Jim left the Opie and Jim show. We wanted those two to get back together. But it sounds like they're going to do it with a guest.
10 years ago.
Yeah. But but it sounds like they're going to do it every week with a guest. And I hate that. Because that girl didn't add anything. I didn't think. I mean, I watched that episode and I just was like, okay, she's some slutty girl. That's funny for the first 2 or 3 times she tells a whore joke. And then after that, I was just like, all right, why are you there? Nobody cares. You know, but anyway, for people that are interested, though, the Anthony and Jim show, episode 1 is up on YouTube. And I think episode 1 and 2 are up on Patreon, maybe. So if you are interested, it is there.
Well, speaking of that, any more word on a potential guest you mentioned to me?
Potential guest?
Yeah.
Who? Just say who. Doesn't matter.
No, I don't want to say.
Text it.
Somebody that Florentine said they could hook us up with. Somebody I like.
Oh, no word.
Okay. All right.
No word yet. Okay. That's a good reminder. I'll throw a quick text tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd like to have that happen.
Yeah, I'll throw a text tomorrow and try and make that go.
Okay.
Well, since we're talking about our comedian friends,
yes,
I'll share this. This came from the Stu and Dave Do America show, the new show from Dave Landau.
All right.
I don't know what this is. I saw it and I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is some actual live play performance. I don't even know how to explain this. I'm just going to show it. I don't know how to explain it. You tell me what this is. Share screen. Make it big. Here we go. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Aside from acting like they're jacking off, I have no idea.
I mean, what? And they're just going, ah! What is this? Tarzan jerking off?
And what is that from?
Landau. They featured it on the Stu and Dave Do America show. And literally, their whole commentary is exactly what me and you are doing now.
This is performative art? Is this representative of something? You know, just very, wow, strange.
Here, I'll play it again. It's so bizarre.
Wow.
What could this even be?
Well,
I've racked my brain for 2 weeks trying to figure out what this could even be.
Well, you got the one girl over there double handing it, then the other got the other girl over there cupping her balls while she's jacking it.
Oh, bump the mic or the mouse. Yeah, it's like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, obviously it's just a snippet of a bigger piece.
Yeah. Somebody said in the chat room that there's something with feminism to this. That could be.
Yeah. I'm sure
All right,
it is.
Skippy, is this live from Barden's basement? I don't think so. Well, it could be, though. Maybe there's a David Lee Roth poster or something in front of them, so they're just jerking off, sounding exactly like Roth on stage. Yeah, I mean, that segment, that little clip means absolutely nothing. And now you've seen it, I've seen it, Dave's audience has seen it, and our audience has seen it, and there ain't nobody that knows what the fuck is going on here.
Well, I guess I would have to see the bigger picture aside from, a 25-second snippet.
Mm-hmm. But God knows what this is.
Well, there's people in the audience watching.
Yeah. The only thing I think of is this is some bullshit off-Broadway thing like that. Remember when Howard Stern was hot and they had that, what was it, Tina and Louise's wedding or whatever that was?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, it was a play, but there was no script, and it was do whatever the fuck you want, and that was somehow art.
Yeah, it was like improv or something.
Yeah, it was like all improv junk. Just junk. Well, there you have it. The whacking off play.
Okay. Well, it's got a higher meaning than what we're aware of.
Yeah, we don't understand, apparently.
We're Neanderthals. That's why we
true.
get it.
That is true.
Hey, metalheads! Tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real, raw, classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial-free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
And one last thing for this segment here. We'll stick with music since we're doing so many good musical things here. Oh, what is this? Why is this not letting me connect? Jesus Christ. I really want to connect to this. Hold on. Maybe I'll connect. I don't know. Now it's throwing me to Threads or some bullshit. What the fuck? All right, I'm skipping this topic because it just ain't loading.
It ain't working.
No, it really is not. This is not what I wanted. What happened? All right, fuck it. We'll skip that one. We'll go to this one. We talked a couple of weeks ago, since we are doing catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Catching up from 2 weeks
right.
off. We talked a few weeks ago about the problem that what was he, a country singer or something, had with people shitting on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Well, apparently it's happening at metal shows too.
Okay.
So here you go. Devilskin's Dunedin, New Zealand show marred by fan defecating in the mosh pit. Police involved. Society is done. How does this even happen? I mean, are they like dropping their pants and taking a shit? Are they accidentally shitting and it drops down their pant leg or what? I mean, how do you think this happens?
You can't hold it during a concert.
Look, I understand as well as anybody. The bathroom in a venue is nastier than shit. But you know what's even more nasty? Shitting on the floor in a room full of people. How do you do that? From hygienic discomfort to physical harm, a mosh pit at any metal show can come with a degree of danger. However, New Zealand alt metal band Devilskin's July 25th set at the Union Hall in Dunedin, New Zealand, presented a thankfully rare hazard for those in attendance. Someone defecating in the pit. The Otago Daily Times reports that a concert goer relieved themselves in the pit mid-set, with fellow concert goers unwittingly trampling it and spreading it throughout the venue, causing a chain reaction of vomit and disgust. So this dude took a shit in the pit and everybody just kept on moshing and getting it all over their feet and shit.
Yeah.
An attendee who wished not to be named told the aforementioned publication of the incident, "It was a rock and metal concert, so there was a lot of jumping. And then eventually someone must have looked down and noticed that there was a huge mess of shit just completely spread all in the mosh pit, all over the floor. It's on people's feet. People are wearing skirts and the shit is up their legs and stuff." And then one girl went bleh, just vomited on the shit, and everyone else started vomiting.
Yeah, it's a chain reaction.
Oh my God.
It's like a scene from The Family Guy. Just sit there and everybody just starts vomiting.
Oh, this is so good. She later said of the size of the offending fecal matter, "It was huge, like massive. I haven't seen one that big before. I thought it was some guy's shoe." It was so big. It was unbelievable. The show was ultimately paused to allow staff to clean up the pit area before the concert could resume. But according to the aforementioned anonymous attendee, the damage was done. She cited at least one woman in the foyer who had been crying with vomit in her hair and fecal matter splashed up on her legs. Yuck.
And then you got to ride home.
Oh my God.
You got to smell that shit all the way home.
Someone puked in her hair and shit on her leg.
I know. It's just like, you got to get home so you can get showered and cleaned off, but you got to get there first.
Yeah. As it turns out, the individual responsible for the defecation was caught by security and turned over to the local police. He was identified as a middle-aged man. So a guy at 50 years old shitting on the floor in a mosh pit. As the publication put it, shook the log out of his trouser leg in the mosh pit. So he shit his pants and shook it.
Yeah,
so he must have had a big trail of shit running down his leg.
Yeah.
Jesus, like a shit candy cane.
He was like wearing cargo shorts or something.
Didn't hold the cargo, apparently. Devilskin are not the only band to suffer such a fate, as melodic hardcore stars Turnstile also experienced a similar situation back in 2021. As seen in the below footage, not all of Devilskin's set was entirely derailed by the incident, however, and I'm not going to play that. But, you know, that's really the end of it. But, I mean, come on. Go take a shit in the shitter. You can find your way back. I'm positive. I don't know anything about Devilskin. I've heard the name, so I'll imagine they're somewhat popular. I'm thinking, realistically, you could go take a shit and work your way back into the mosh pit. Is that a fair assumption?
You would think so. I mean, if you're going to get up there mosh, I'm sure you could figure out a way to work your way back through the crowd.
Yeah. And I mean, for God's sakes, dude, I know that the bathrooms in these clubs are horrible, but what's more horrible? What happened, or sitting on a dirty urine or dirty shitter, or, you know, covering it with toilet paper before you sit down like a chick or something? You know, I mean, come on. Just fucking be a human being. That's really where we're at. These guys are... Basic human functions are now gone. just basic human decency is just gone. And Lord knows I'm a fucking piece of shit. Not like this guy's piece of shit, but I'm a piece of shit as far as being a human being. And I can't imagine ever doing something like this. Ever. I can't imagine I could get drunk enough to do something like this. It's just bizarre. Fuego, take a dump in the trash can. That would even have been better.
Yeah, at least people aren't stepping in it.
Yeah, that's not a great answer either, but that's better. What the hell? So there you have it. Idiots are shitting at shows. On the floor.
That's very metal to do that.
Yeah, it is. That seems more like a punk thing, doesn't it? Something you would have gotten to punk shows back in the late 70s, early 80s. Oof. I'm going to answer this question. Chris, did you even go to the wedding? No, I did not. I had something else come up. I went somewhere else. There's your answer. Since everybody's glued into what I'm doing, apparently.
Well,
I've seen some photos from the wedding. Randy did indeed get married. Congratulations to him. That's all I'll say. All right, I think that's enough for this segment. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess so. That'll work.
Oof. Yeah, the shitting thing is just like, what the hell?
It's just... And this too, hopefully, shall pass.
I hope. Who knows? Maybe that's going to become the new thing. You get $5 off a ticket if you'll take a shit in the pit.
Right. Shit in the pit.
Yep.
That'll be the new tour.
Yeah, exactly.
A new tour. It'll be called the Shit in the Pit tour.
Devil Skin Shit in the Pit 2027.
It'll be
because I don't have to tell you everything that I do.
What, are we married?
Yeah, exactly. Well, where'd you go?
Well, where were you? What did you do?
Yeah, that's it.
Tell us.
I was at the Devil Skin show, and I sort of lost control of my bowels for a minute.
This is like a scene in Grease. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Yeah. This show. And I could have avoided the whole thing by just not answering the chat, but it's stupid me. I always answer these people.
I did something else. How about that?
I did something else.
Yeah. It's called Nunya. Nunya business.
That's right. Yeah. Tell me what you did every day for the last 14 days. How about that? Stop.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get back into the tunage here.
All right.
Mark Russell has written in here, and he writes. Can you please play this cool-sounding remake of 25 or 6 to 4 by Mitch Malloy?
Ooh.
Before you judge it, it's enough detractors. Let's see. Before you judge, it's enough detractors guitar replacing horns to count.
All right. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Just saw it today on my streaming. Hail and kill Mark Russell.
All right, Mark.
So,
it's got to be better than the Vince Neil one.
Yeah, who knows? I haven't heard it yet, so we'll play it.
All right.
So here's Big Teeth Mitch Malloy with his teeth are whiter than white.
My God, are they? Dude, you ever watched like somebody that you reckon, like Kumi is one of them. He got all his teeth done, obviously.
Yeah, he did.
And it really, when you see him, it really stands out. It's like, I know you don't watch wrestling, but the biggest wrestling star is this guy named Roman Reigns.
Okay.
And he was off TV for a while, like 6 months, and he came back, and he's got a brand new set of chompers. And I mean, they are glowing white. They turn the lights off, and you just see his teeth floating.
Right.
I mean, he got them. there's almost too white, if there is such a thing for teeth. And these fake teeth are too white. It looks weird. Don't you think it looks weird?
Well, I mean, it's a little overpowering. I mean, I like to have good dental work myself. See?
Sure.
But white is white.
Yeah. When it's white like a bolt of lightning white, it's like too much.
Well, this is one of those white teeth guys, Mitch Malloy. He's got the teeth. He's got the teeth and the hair.
Yeah, he does.
So here's Mitch Malloy doing the Chicago cover, 25 or 6 to 4, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Looking for the ultimate home for hard rock and heavy metal 24 hours a day? Then lock into CMS Radio at cmsradio.net. Choose from 2 killer channels. CMS 24/7 features classic episodes from the history of the Classic Metal Show, plus a daily rebroadcast of the latest CMS episode with music every day at noon Eastern. Or crank up CMS Rocks, your non-stop hard rock and metal station, featuring Charlie Kendall's Metal Shop every Monday at 7 a.m., 10 a.m., and 6 p.m. Eastern. Whether you're on your phone, tablet, or computer, the soundtrack to your day is waiting. CMS Radio. Loud, heavy, unfiltered. Tune in now at cmsradio.net.
Hey, it's Men from Exumer, and you're watching CMS TV.
It's Decapitated right here on your Classic Metal Show with 404. Putting a cap on that hodgepodge block of music right there. That one going up by request to Chuck from North Carolina. Malice just before that with Vigilante for the Caucasian Sensation. Nashville Pussy in there with Till the Meat Falls Off the Bone. I forgot who asked for that one. Let me find it real quick because I don't want to get somebody pissed off at me. I didn't mention their name. God damn it. Floyd Gondoli wanted that one. Nashville Pussy. Make sure I mention everybody. Let's see here. We heard Spell in there with Take My Life for King Trump. Castle Rat in there with Siren for Foreheady Trunk. Hanoi Rocks with Malibu Beach Nightmare for Winter Steel, and kicking off that block, Motley Crue with Misunderstood for Donna Mills and Phil Taggs.
There we go. I love that Decapitated tune.
I'm sure you did.
That is my speed, man.
That's your thing.
That is that. I mean, day to day, that is what I listen to.
That's that my jam, man.
It is. Dude, I interviewed this band this week called IAT, I-A-T-T, IAT.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like this mix of like extreme metal and dream theater, like Dimmu Borgir and dream theater just crunched together. It is some of the best shit I have ever listened to. I was so excited to talk to this guy, and it was funny because you could tell this guy does a lot of interviews with people that really don't know shit about what he does. And right. I was like all into it. I was like, oh, tell me about the concept of this and that and whatever. And he, at the end of the interview, he was like, God damn, dude, you really did listen to this record, didn't you? I was like, oh, yeah. It's my jam, man. I love the heavy stuff, man.
I brush my teeth to it.
With a chainsaw. That's what that one woman does. When we saw her earlier.
Her teeth are a chainsaw.
Yeah, exactly, on a dick.
All right. Well, we are into the final segment of the Classic Metal Show.
Yes, sir.
So I'm sure you got a topic to talk about. I only have one topic for this final segment, but you can go ahead.
All right. Well, let's talk about. I'll put it on the screen. The article itself doesn't matter, but it just made me think, and I wanted to chat with you about it and the fans too, because I'm curious what they think. So it was announced that Henry Rollins is releasing another book, like number 35 or whatever. I mean, the man writes a lot of books.
Okay.
And this one is, more of his bullshit about his life and blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Again, the book doesn't matter. But when I saw this, it made me think for a minute about how different the world is now because of social media. And since I know you hate social media, I thought this was a good topic.
Sure.
Has social media made it so that these books that we at one time would be very excited to get from an artist really don't matter anymore? Because before you comment, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
You have in your collection a zillion books, and I know that.
Sure.
I know you have like the David Lee Roth book and the Howard Stern books and all that stuff. My suggestion to you is, had any of that shit happened in the social media era, you probably, maybe not you, but most people probably do not buy the books because they already hear enough and have enough reason to dislike these guys now to no longer buy these books. Do you agree, or?
Well, I think for me, it's less about whether you like or dislike a person because of their politics or whatever. It's just overexposure because, without social media and the internet, you knew very little about your favorite artist or whatever. And you had to wait. Typically, you would have to wait until you received a monthly magazine, be it, Spin or,
Hit
Metal
Parader
Edge
or whatever,
or whatever it is. And whatever you did know about your favorite artist is either you heard maybe your local DJ make a comment that, or you read an interview with them that was in one of these music magazines, or you saw them on an MTV interview with Kurt Loder or something.
Right. And one of the coolest things ever would be when one of your buddies was like, dude, you're not going to believe it. I went to see Megadeth last night and I got to talk to David Ellefson for 10 minutes. You would hear those stories too. And you're like, oh man, tell me everything he told you. You were interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
My
but now
point is
it's overexposed now. I mean, there's anything and everything you want to know about your favorite artist, you can find it on the internet.
True.
It's like, so what is this guy going to give me that I don't know or don't, so it's just too much content is out there.
I agree with that. But I also think that these guys using their social media to try to convince you that you're a fucking dummy if you don't think like them, hurts them. Like, forget Rollins. Let's say Sebastian Bach.
Sure.
Dude, you were a big Sebastian Skid Row fan, right?
Yeah, I met him on numerous occasions, prior to the internet. Obviously I got a couple of photos that, when our good friend Rockin' Randy was all into Sebastian, he got us the hook up to where we were invited to come on Sebastian's bus and hang out with him.
Right.
And I did, and we sat there and hung out, and we were in Columbus, Ohio.
Right.
I believe I don't remember if it was El Rosa. I don't think it was El Rosa. I think it was some other venue in Columbus, but regardless of that, we were invited to come out on Sebastian's bus and hang out with him.
Right.
So that was cool. But would I do that today? No.
Yeah, you won't even listen to his records today.
No.
Why?
Just because he's
a dick. We found out that he's a dick.
Yeah. Big one.
Yeah. And that's it. Tom Morello. I always knew sort of what his politics were, but I still, in the 90s, man, I played those two Rage Against the Machine records, or CDs, nonstop. The debut and the one with Bulls on Parade.
The Evil Empire.
Evil Empire, yeah. I played those things 10,000 times. I mean, they were mainstays, and same with like Pearl Jam, who I know everybody here hates, but I love those first 3 Pearl Jam records.
I own them.
Yeah, I mean they're great, but yet now, would you cross the street to listen to one song?
No,
because Vedder's a
he's one of these socially driven. His message is the message, man.
Yeah. Do you think that there's people that actually do take their guidance from whatever rock star on either side, Ted Nugent or Tom Morello? I'll go both sides. Do you think there are people that will hear Ted Nugent saying, fuck those lefty pigs, or Tom Morello saying Donald Trump is a or whatever, and they're like, yeah, Ted said so that's what I think too?
Well, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think people who lean left are more apt to listen to those people and march lockstep with them. I think people who lean right are a little more independently thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they would march lockstep with so much even a Ted Nugent. I mean, They might get a good laugh out of Ted, or, just say, he goes, well, that guy's got some balls to say some shit like that,
Yeah.
But as far as like, yeah, I'm a Ted Nugent, I follow what he says. But I think that the left is more, like that. They're not independently thinking. They think as a collective.
Yeah, they do, and it's horrible. It really is horrible. And boy, Four Heady Trunk hit one of those bands that is exactly like that for me. That's what turned me off to U2. They started to come off as pretentious and silly. Amen.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I was into U2. The Unforgettable Fire, great record. Under a Blood Red Sky, great live record. Even the Joshua Tree, even though it got soft and a little silly with, one love, one life,
that stuff, yeah.
That stuff got a little dull, but it's still a pretty good record.
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
And honestly, I stayed with U2 for a long time because I still say Octoon Baby, which is well after that. I mean, that's what, in the 90s?
Yeah.
Octoon Baby?
Mm-hmm.
I love that record, and I like the one after it, the one with the lemon and fly and stuff on it, whatever that was called. I like that too, but once this fucking Bono...
Was that Zooropa?
Zooropa, yeah, thank you. But once what's his name, Bono, started talking like he was the emperor of the world, and we needed to listen to what he had to say because we were stupid if we didn't see it his way. I was like, you know what, cocksucker? Out. Just out. Sting is another one that got to be tiresome. I don't know Sting's stuff. Do you know his politics? I don't know his politics.
I don't think he's quite as vocal as, a Bono. I haven't really heard anything about Bono in a while.
Yeah, he kind of shut up because I think his career dried up because of it.
Yeah. But, Sting, I don't recall Sting being that preachy about much of anything.
Yeah. I mean, I was such a non-fan of Sting anyway. Sting could be like, I support Chris Akin getting $1 million from every bank in the country, and I'd be like, I still won't listen to your record, dude. I'm just not a fan.
Well, you didn't have the Dream of the Blue Turtles?
Well, I did have it, sadly. Sadly, I did buy that with free, set them free. Wasn't that on that?
Yes.
Yeah. I owned it for a minute. I owned Synchronicity, too, which makes... Do you ever look at your own collection and be like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, I bought Synchronicity, honestly, because this girl I was dating in high school loved the Police. So I bought it again so I'd have it in the car so that when we're in the car,
sure,
we could play Tea in the Sahara with you while we were making out or whatever. I mean, that's really what it was. And so I owned it, but I hated it. So what did I do? Sting puts out Dream of the Blue Turtles. Oh, yeah, Columbia House. Bring that to me. It's so dumb. And I listened to it like once and was like, this is terrible. Why did I buy this? And paid like double price for it. Because you remember the Columbia, when you bought it from them, it was like $22.50 or something for a cassette. It was stupid priced. But yeah, I just think these artists, though, getting back to kind of the point, they have literally made it hard to continue to be a fan because they won't shut up. And we don't need to know what they think. Honestly, and again, you're not on social media, so you're a tough one on this, but like, for those in the chat room that use social media fairly regularly, how fast do you unfollow somebody when you realize you don't know them? I can't unfollow them quick enough. When I go to my like Facebook page or something, and I rarely scroll anymore, but I do look at the first 2 or 3 that show up because most of the time it's Sydney Sweeney, so I gotta take a peek. But if the first one is, hey, here's Jim Scott, and I look and he's from fucking wherever in Idaho or something, I'm like, and he's talking about, oh my God, me and Jill went out with the dogs today and took a 4-mile walk. Unfollow. Why am I seeing this? Why do I care? And sure enough, if I don't do that, I know what's going to follow eventually. Eventually, that douchebag's going to get rubbed the wrong way by whatever politics. And he's going to start spewing it on either side. Mm-hmm. And I just don't care. I don't care what my friends or my family think about politics. Why in the fuck would I want to know what Jim in Idaho thinks? Why would I care? And again, maybe it's me, and I'm not a star fucker at all, but why do I care what Tommy Victor from Prong thinks, or Bono, or James Hetfield, or any of them? Why would we care? Why do we care is the real question. Because obviously somebody must care somewhere. These guys wouldn't all have 500,000 followers. Right?
Well, here's the other thing.
All right.
You and I are a little bit exception to the rule when it comes to caring or not caring about what artists think, because you and I have had the pleasure, or for the most part, to interview.
You have the opportunity anyway. Yeah.
The opportunity to either speak with or meet quite a few people over the years. Mm-hmm. And we have come to learn over the years of meeting people, these guys, as you've put it many times, you just wrote a song I like.
Yeah.
And that's it. And they're just normal people like you and I. Their opinion doesn't matter more than mine or yours. Yeah. But people who don't have access to their favorite rock star or their performer or whomever, they still hold them in higher regard because they've never had the chance to shake a hand or rub an elbow or have a chat with them. So there's still this untouchable being to them. Mm-hmm. You follow what I'm saying?
I do. I guess I just am not wired that way, because I'm just trying to think of who, if by some weird opportunity I got the chance to interview Mick Jagger. I'm going to pick somebody that's like as big as possible.
Right.
That if I just got the chance to meet him, and I met him, and he said to me, you know what, I got to tell you why you need to be supportive of Kamala Harris. I would be like, no, I don't, dude. I like Start Me Up. That's it. Because even a guy like Mick Jagger, top of the top of the top of the food chain, in the end, he's changing tires at Walmart if he had not figured out how to fucking sing songs.
Right.
He lucked into finding an unbelievable skill that a lot of people enjoy. But he's no expert on anything. None of them are. And that's what drives me absolutely batshit crazy, is none of them really, if you break down, and again, like you said, we know them. We meet them. We, break bread with them or have beers with them or whatever. We get the opportunity to know, and we've met enough people to know that almost all of them, if they had not found that unbelievably unique ability to play this on guitar or this on bass or write a hook-filled lyric or something, which is a skill. I'm not trying to say it's not a skill. It's a skill I don't have. But other than that, they're just the same as everybody else.
True.
And that's why it drives me crazy when these guys are so fucking arrogant. Again, the Henry Rollins story doesn't matter so much, but what the fuck? Why does he feel he's so important that he needs to give his ideas in 35 books? 35 books, plus spoken word tours, plus, I mean, he's pretty fucking pompous for a guy that was in a punk band. He's not a philosopher. He's the asshole Aryan Nation guy from Sons of Anarchy. That's who he is.
Yeah.
He's not, I mean, honestly, he's not, I don't know, other than his money, I don't know anybody that would aspire to be him. Do you?
Not unless you're a liar.
But I mean, that's the whole thing. Boy, people are making a good point about John Lennon was one of the first, and Woody Guthrie is the one first who wrote preachy activist songs. I don't have a problem with anybody writing songs, personally. If you write your, and I've said that a zillion times, if you put your message and whatever your political agenda is in your songs, fine. That's what the songs are supposed to be, your expression of your principles. And if that's what you want to do with it, so be it. But that's almost an instant, now because of social media, it's an instant don't listen. But back even 20 years ago, I mean, dude, you like Pearl Jam, right? You said you like Pearl Jam?
Yeah, I got their first 3 records.
Yeah. So songs like Glorified G, that's 1,000% against what me and you represent.
Right.
Because that's about, gun control and not being able to have guns and all this other shit.
Well, of course, the message about Jeremy, too.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But you still like those songs, right?
Sure.
Because you didn't care back then. But now, if you got to go to a show, and before you hear Glorified G, you get fucking Eddie Vedder on the thing, squashing a Donald Trump mask and saying, nobody should have guns unless they're going to shoot the president, or whatever bullshit he's spewing on the stage. It's like, you know what, dude, go fuck yourself. You ain't all that either. You're just a fucking dude. You're just another fucking junkie that made it. So fuck off. It drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely nuts. And I wish more people would not be such fucking star fuckers. And like you said, maybe it's just because they don't have access. Probably is. But I personally, I try to get my head around it. And the worst thing is now there's so much information. Even if you take social media out of it, the documentaries that we watch now, they're so detailed, and they really show you what bags of shit these people are. Dude, I was watching one last night on, it was like I don't know, would you call it a documentary? It's like 20 minutes long. It's one of those YouTube 20-minute
It's a mini
story.
doc.
Yeah. And they were talking, and I did not know this, which is why I watched it. It was a mini doc about how Eddie Kendrick and David Ruffin from the Temptations absolutely hated each other. Did not like each other. They worked together to make money, but they hated each other. And it was because David, or one of the two, ended up fucking the other guy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is what it was. It was some girl named...
It's an age-old story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's some girl named Tammy Terrell. And I think Ruffin was banging her first, and then they broke up, and then immediately Eddie Kendrick started fucking her, and Ruffin hated that, and blah, blah, blah. But it went into, it really dug into the whole backstory of the two. And, you know, it ended up really just pointing out what a humongous bag of shit David Ruffin was. And in my head, I'm like, man, I love David Ruffin, but man, what a shithead. You know, and this is what kind of put the thought in my head. I was like, do you think people that were in the 60s and 70s would worship a David Ruffin if he was like a social media guy today? And my thought was no, because he would have exposed himself being a junkie, and people would have run for cover from him. I think the Temptations would have had no real career if social media would have been around, because it would have got out there about Ruffin being such a junkie, and he would not have had the career. And that's what made me think about, well, why do these guys talk so much about anything but their career? The only thing they're, in theory, when you are a rock star, the only thing that's supposed to matter is your career. You're really not supposed to be like, well, let me tell you about my new wife, or here's my dog, or you know what, you know all the bullshit that they do now. You know, look at we bought a new house today and we're painting the siding, or what. You know, it's like, who gives a fuck? We get it. You're a guy. That's it. I don't know. It just seeing this article and watching that thing last night kind of put me in a funk where I was like, I wonder what Neely thinks about this. And sounds like you kind of agree.
Yeah, of course.
And it's just sad. It really is just, I don't know.
Well, there's no mystery to our you know, whatever performer we like these days. I mean, if you think back about all this, you know, even way back in the 30s and 40s and in Hollywood, they used to have what they called the scandal sheets.
Mm-hmm.
And basically the Hollywood executives, the movie studio executives, would pay off these reporters not to print something.
Sure.
In the scandal sheet about one of their stars.
Right.
Because the less you knew about your favorite star and you know, whatever their personal habits were, whether they were an alcoholic or, you know, they
womanizer or whatever.
Womanizer or gay or something like that. It was, I mean, look at how long Rock Hudson, you know, was able to cover up his, you know, being gay.
Yeah.
And all the way up to the point he had AIDS and died.
Right.
You know, same thing with Robert Reed of the Brady Bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could he be the wholesome father of the Brady Bunch by being a fag?
Yeah, by taking dick in the ass?
It's like, no, of course not.
Right.
But if this was the day, if that show was on during the years of the internet, that show would have never had 6 seasons or whatever it was.
It would have 14 in today's world.
Yeah.
They would have had him married to another guy in today's world, sadly.
Yeah. So if the internet was something back in the 70s, you know, it would have been shocking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, you know, we're not watching that. We're not supporting somebody that lives a deviant lifestyle.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. It's just amazing how we've gotten to this point, isn't it?
Well, we've become desensitized to it only because we've been exposed to it for so long.
Yeah, that's true. Makes me sick. I think about society and I'm like, ugh, this sucks.
Yep. Well, again, this is why, long time ago I kind of withdrew from the being too social, with out in the public and hanging out with, my friends are very, very close and few and far in between.
Right.
People that I would associate with, outside of the show or whatever. So
Right.
I just don't have the stomach for it.
I know.
I haven't had the stomach for it for,
Decades.
going on 20 years.
Right. No, I hear you. And I'm 100% with you. I just hate fucking people now. I hate them. When people, because people do goof on me a lot because I've really become a hermit and I do spend a lot of time at home. That's why. Because I hate going out. And when I do go out and do even nominal things, I get so fucking mad. I do, dude. I mean,
well, it's the behaviors.
Yeah.
It's the acceptable behavior of people behaving poorly in public.
Yeah. I just get so frustrated with it, though. It's like, and my stories about getting kicked out of the grocery store and stuff are well known, and it's because I can't deal with it. I can't deal with the most basic shit being disregarded. Like when you're in the aisles, you walk on this side if you're going this way and you walk on that side if you're going that way. And when they don't, I get fucking annoyed. I get annoyed when the only way to get away from somebody that's acting like an idiot is for myself to do something like go into the other lane and block somebody else out to get around this fucking asshole that's on the wrong side of the aisle. And I know that's petty and I know it shouldn't bother me at all. I shouldn't even remember it. I think most people, they just get out of the way and they don't remember it. But for me, I'm seething. I'm like, why can't you just fucking get on the right side?
It shouldn't even be a thought that not you, but this person should not be considerate.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be second nature, but it's not.
But it's not. Just drives me up the fucking wall.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's all I really wanted to talk about with the Rollins thing. I didn't want to get into a whole giant thing, but
Want to watch the Classic Metal Show on your big screen instead of your phone or computer? Now you can with the Rumble app. The Rumble app is available on most smart TVs and streaming devices. Just download the app, open it, and search for Classic Metal Show. You'll instantly get access to all the latest episodes on demand. Plus, catch the entire live broadcast every Saturday night and watch exclusive live-streamed events as they happen. Download the Rumble app today, search for Classic Metal Show, and subscribe now. The Classic Metal Show. Metal. Talk. Streaming live and on demand.
Hi, this is Arve from Audrey Horn, and you're watching CMS TV.
But
well, do you have a related story to this, or do you just have another story?
I just have another story, unless you've got something related.
Well, I have a related internet story.
Okay, go ahead.
About people putting their life out there on the internet. And
okay.
This is a perfect segue into this.
Sure.
So we talk often about these quote unquote celebrity types that put their life out there on the line in the court of public opinion.
Right.
In this case, I'm talking about Kelly Osbourne.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She has put her life out online.
Yeah.
With her ending her relationship with Sid Wilson.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, keep it to yourself. Keep it between yourself. We don't need to know.
Yeah. The last thing we need to know is that Sid Wilson is not paying child support or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw that too, and I think wasn't that the gist of it?
Well,
is that he's not paying his child support.
Kelly Osbourne is not happy with Sid Wilson as they ended their engagement. She doesn't want the drama. Well, you're stirring it up by putting it out there.
Yeah, you're making it drama.
Yeah.
Nobody else was talking about it.
Yes. A source exclusively tells People that the former couple have split after going through a difficult period for months. Osbourne, 41, and Wilson, 49, first began dating in January of 2022 and welcomed their son, Sydney, later that year. They got engaged 3 years later in July of 2025 in front of her dying dad, unfortunately.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she meets this guy, bangs out a kid with him, then they get engaged.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
That's the way it works.
There is no secret that she's not happy with him.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of back and forth. The source tells People they're not together right now. The insider adds that Osbourne's priority is her mother and that she wants to stay close to Sharon Osbourne, is also very focused on being the best mom she can be to her 3.5-year-old son. She just doesn't want the drama in her life right now, the source said. Sid has a lot he needs to work through on his own. People reached out to representatives for Osbourne and Wilson for comment. The news of their split comes 2 days after Osbourne, now here it is, posted several cryptic messages about parenting on her Instagram stories that appeared to be directed at Wilson. So I'm putting a public message out there just to take a swipe at, you know.
And because I'm famous, a lot more people will see it.
Yes, of course. Strange how the loudest defense of the guilty is rarely innocence. It's distraction, she wrote. When the mask slips, they don't face the mirror, they throw it at someone else.
Isn't she the philosopher?
Yeah, but the mask.
Yeah, we get it. Slipknot, got it.
Yeah.
When the mask slips.
Yes.
Wow, that's something.
Yeah. Osbourne then added, my son's little heart once beat right beside mine, so trust me when I say I will protect it at all costs because I'm a good mom.
Did somebody say that wasn't true? Publicly? Publicly.
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, Sid might have probably in the midst of an argument said, you're a fucking bad mom and a skinny bitch. You know, I mean, he probably said some shit. You know, when they're breaking up, you yell and scream at each other.
Of course. My job is to protect my kids, not your feelings, not your expectations, not judgments I didn't ask for, her Instagram stories continued. My responsibility is to protect their well-being, their nervous systems, their emotional safety. Again, why is she posting this?
Why is any of this out there?
I will choose them every single time over anyone. That includes you, Sid. She didn't say that. She didn't say that, but that's what she's saying.
That's what she's saying.
Yes. Over everything, the posts continue. Osbourne concluded her series of posts writing, also, while I'm at it, and one more thing.
And another thing, mister.
Can I have my dogs back and all my possessions? Oh, yeah, and maybe some child support.
First of all, I saw that part. The Osbournes have got to be worth
$1
billion.
Yes.
Kelly Osbourne does not need child support. Quite honestly, Sid Wilson, I'm sure he has a good amount of money too, because he's one of the OGs of Slipknot. But he don't have Osbourne money, not even close. That kid does not need Sid Wilson's money, and if she was really a good mother, again, I'll just say it, she was really a good mother, she'd say, keep your child support, but sign off that you don't get any custody.
Well, this is less about child support and more of trying to paint him as some kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, and trying to fuck him on the back end of it, knowing that he doesn't have a job anymore.
Yeah. So, but the thing is it's
Typical
less
broad.
about the actual child support and more about, and he's a deadbeat.
Yeah.
That's basically the thing she's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did he steal my possessions and my dogs, but he's a deadbeat dad too.
Yeah. Were they only your dogs, or were they shared purchase? Because my hunch is they were probably a shared purchase. Otherwise, why would he have them? Why would he take them? But if she wants them, she's supposed to get them.
Yeah.
That's fucking nonsense. And I don't know Sid Wilson from anything. I'm not even trying to defend him at all. I'm just like, the child support thing really rubbed me the wrong way. Because for a billionaire family asking for child support is really, really weak. You know, that's just bullshit.
Well, but again, it's just to muddy it up, you know, to make the, you know, I'm the saint here.
Yeah.
I protect my child. I'm concerned about the well-being of my mother. I'm the responsible one, and you're a piece of garbage. And
that's right.
Just to prove it, I'm going to even throw that little tidbit in there. How about some child support, you deadbeat?
Yeah.
You don't care about your kid.
And I'm going to put it online so all of your fans see it too.
Yeah. But see, this is what I'm talking about here. Court of public opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Monday, August 3rd Instagram stories followed the speculation in March that Osborne and Wilson had called off their engagement. At the time, a source told People that the couple was navigating a tough time in their relationship.
Ooh.
She's been in a challenging headspace for several reasons. It's been very emotional for her. She's had a lot going on.
Has she?
Yep. Osborne's death still affects her deeply. She's very focused on being there for her mom now. They're incredibly close, and that's been her priority. It's been hard for Kelly and Sid to balance everything, especially with different priorities about where to spend their time. This source said this has put a strain on their relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, this is going to sound extremely heartless, but
okay.
I'm just going to ask it anyway. It's been over a year. Can we stop with the I can barely function without dad here anymore? Can we stop with that? I get that he's Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
I get that he's your dad. My father has passed away as well. Your mother has passed away. You're sad when you think about it, obviously. You're not happy. You're not like, yeah, cool, dad's dead. You know, you're not like that. But do you really need to keep bringing it up over and over instead of trying to move forward?
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
Am I crazy on this?
No, not at all.
I mean, it's been 55 weeks or whatever since Ozzy died. It's a lot of weeks. A lot of shit should have happened in that year. Obviously you're going to be sad, but how do you get past it? You stop talking about it. You stop bringing it up every fucking minute. Oh, I got to protect my mom. She's so devastated from dad dying. Come on. She's got to get over it. And I don't mean, I know that sounds heartless, but she's got to get over it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a Sharon thing, not even a Kelly thing. You know, because the way this is all worded is like, Sharon is so distraught that Kelly's got to be there for her. It's been over a year. People die. That's part of it. He wasn't killed in a car accident or a murder, for God's sakes. He died of old age. Or I mean, he died of whatever, the disease, but he was old. He got it all in. He went out with 100,000 people cheering for him. He went out exactly the way he wanted to go out. So what are you still devastated about? Be happy that he got to choose his way to go, and he took it. To me, that would be the best. Is there a better way to go out of your life than what Ozzy did?
No, he lived 2 weeks beyond the point where, like you said, a stadium full of people and people around the world,
yes,
were able to see him one final time before he sailed off into the sunset.
And he got to see them one final time, which he made very clear. If you watched any of the documentaries and stuff that were made about it, that was why he was doing it. He wanted to say goodbye in his way, and he did. And again, I'm not trying to judge anybody's sorrow, and I'm sure that losing their dad, I lost my dad, so I know what that feels like. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But there has to be a point where you stop trying to get the world to feel sorry for you and you move forward. You go on to the next thing. You don't spend the year when you're supposed to be healing, figuring out how to make AI zombie convention where you can ask fake Ozzy questions so that you don't continue to wallow in his death. You don't reconstruct the Ozfest with no Ozzy. That's fucking ridiculous. You know, you move forward. Sharon Osbourne, if she really wants to move forward, should find a new artist to work on. Youngblood. Weren't they big on him, on Youngblood?
That's why he was performed at the show.
So help him out. He's floundered a little bit. I mean, he's gotten bigger, but he's already had mental breakdowns and everything else, and canceled tours and shit over it. Help that guy. Instead of wallowing in your own self-pity, move forward with what you do best. And remember Ozzy for the great person that he was to you and to the great way that he went out of this world on his own terms. That's what I think, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, scrolling down to some of the comments, they're right in line with what we're saying here.
Okay.
She doesn't want drama. That's funny. I know someone who worked on the Osbourne show and said she was the worst drama queen he ever worked with.
Kelly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want drama. Keep family matters private and communicate face to face. I don't want drama. Proceeds to make everything public. Classic celebrity mentality.
Mm-hmm.
She's ruined her face with Ozempic.
Well, that's a whole nother thing with her. She needs to stop wallowing about Ozzy dying and start worrying about herself dying.
Right.
She looks very, very sick.
Raised by an attention hound and becomes an attention hound.
It's not wrong. Definitely not wrong.
She posts on social media. Also, while I'm at it, can I have my dogs back and all my possessions? Oh, yeah. And maybe some child support. Yeah, that screams volumes about her not wanting the drama. The girl doesn't know life without it. She's at the very center of it. So people have zero sympathy for her at all.
Well, they shouldn't have any sympathy for her.
No, well, I know that, but that's what this whole thing was about. Was just
right.
Well, I posted this on social media, and again, the whole point of bringing this story was, again, with the court of public opinion.
Yeah. And sounds like she's not getting the opinion she wanted, probably.
Right.
Well, good
Just
on the social media
yourself.
people.
Private matters private. We don't need to know.
Yeah. What we need to know about Kelly Osbourne is she releasing a song? Is she doing a show? That's it. Does she do anything else? I don't even know what she does. She probably doesn't do anything. She's, again, her family's worth $1 billion. She's probably not doing shit. That's probably a whole nother. Do you think that's an issue with the Osbournes? They wallow in this shit because they're bored?
Probably.
Because Ozzy was the workhorse.
He was the focus.
Yeah, he was the mule. He was the mule that made the money.
Yeah, and they were his support team to, Sharon obviously was the one who, booked his interviews and his tours and his, whatever it is, whatever public thing that he had to attend.
Right.
And then his daughter, I'm sure she worked behind the scenes doing something in the Osbourne business.
Yeah, and Jack did stuff like he does video or some shit.
Yeah, but once Ozzy was gone, it's just like, well, our family business is no longer.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what to do with ourselves.
But wouldn't you spend? I even get like 6 months, and I'm not. And again, I want to be very clear on this. I'm not trying to say they shouldn't still be sad. I'm really not trying to say that. Of course, you're sad when your father, who was world renowned and worldly loved. There's a lot of people that don't like Ozzy, but let's be honest. Pretty much everybody from the worlds of rock and roll and heavy metal and television and everything else loved Ozzy. So I get that it'd be harder, I guess, that, somebody that's that renowned. But wouldn't you, I'm saying this to you, if you were Kelly Osbourne or Jack Osbourne or whatever, wouldn't you deal with it the way you got to deal with it for 6 or 7 months and then start trying to plot out whatever the next thing is?
Yeah, well, you got to continue to live. You can't just not do anything and quit existing.
Yeah, you can't focus your life on your dead dad. You just can't. You got to move forward. What a mess.
Yep. All right. Well, since I interrupted your flow over there, what's the next thing you got?
What? You took me to a topic that can flow right off of that one.
All right.
So
I'm glad we had that planning meeting before the show. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come off as easy.
Wouldn't have worked as well.
So seamless.
It would not have worked as well as this is going to work. But
right.
So, as we speak of moving on and doing new opportunities and whatnot, this I saw a couple weeks ago. So these dates on this thing I'm going to show you have already passed. But I'm just like, So, you're aware of the band Junkyard, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And you're certainly aware that the singer, David Roach, passed away.
He passed away from cancer a few weeks back or a couple months ago.
Yeah. Well, Junkyard, without David Roach, is back on the road. And they're not really saying it's like a tribute or I'm assuming maybe, but I don't know. Are they just carrying on without the guy that was the guy? I mean, honestly, with Junkyard, wasn't David Roach the guy?
Well, yeah. I mean, it always boils down to the front man, doesn't it? Yeah, they didn't have any quote unquote prominent guitar heroes in that band. No. I mean, I wouldn't even know who were in the band or if any of the original guys are still part of Junkyard.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, it could be a Steelheart situation. I don't think any of the original guys are still in Steelheart.
Just the one.
Yeah, the singer.
Yeah,
I relate Steelheart and Junkyard in a very similar situation.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just found this to be odd. I mean, this is literally the announcement. It's been 7 years is a long time. It's been a tough road since our last trip to the East Coast. And this time, Tim, Todd, Jimmy, and Pat will be making the journey one man down. Roach may be gone, but he'll never be forgotten. East Coast friends and family, who we going to see? It's like, Tell me some. How about telling me who's going to sing?
Yeah.
Could you give me that much information if you want me to come to a show? Who's going to do it? Did you get a new singer? Is the guitar player going to sing now? You know, something. But again, it's that whole hanging on. And I love Junkyard, so I know this sounds callous because it sounds like I don't like this band. I love Junkyard. Should they just disband it and go their separate ways?
So who's Tim Mosier?
No idea. Probably an original guy, I guess.
Okay. Tim Mosier and his Junkyard friends.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, they're not really calling it Junkyard now, are they? It's sort of like it seems like, you know, it's like they're playing some Junkyard tunes. But he's
maybe.
not, it doesn't appear as if they're playing under the Junkyard banner.
Tim Mosier is the guitar player.
Okay.
He's been there since 2000. So he's not an original.
That's my point. I have no idea if there's even anyone in the band, you know, from their heyday when they first charted way back in the late 80s.
Well, it says the current lineup is Pat Mazingo, Todd Muscat, Tim Mosier, and Jimmy James. Pat Mazingo was in the band from 1987, and looking at it, that seems to be the original. That's when, because that's when like David Roach and all those guys joined the band. So I'd imagine he's an original. Todd Muscat joined in 1991. Tim Mosier joined in 2000. And Jimmy James joined in 2017. So are they just going out and playing Junkyard songs? But I mean, the way it's phrased though is like, it's been a while since we've been out, and we're one man down, and the one man is David Roach. And if that one man is David Roach, did they tour last time as Todd Mosier and friends for an evening of Junkyard, or did they tour as Junkyard? They toured as Junkyard. I remember it because they were supposed to play here and then they didn't. I was going to go. And again, I don't even want to slam on these guys. I just don't get why they're doing it.
Well, I think it's a similar situation as our friend Robbie Lochner and those guys doing Jack Russell's Great White.
Mm-hmm.
Similar situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Jack's not with us anymore, but we're out there playing those Great White songs. And, you know, what did they call their lineup?
Was it Once Bitten?
Yeah, I think so. That's it.
Yeah. Or maybe this should be called 6s, 7s, and 9s or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or Hands Off. You know, something.
Well, again, it doesn't say... It just says, and his Junkyard friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
And they may not have the right to use the Junkyard
could be
thing either.
Yeah, it could be because, I mean, they're clearly advertising it as the last guys that toured with Junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly saying that. So maybe that is why they're not called. But still, it just, I don't know. And again, this is probably just the jaded me, and you're probably right about this, that I'm just jaded on everything. But was Junkyard a big enough band to continue in any capacity?
Not really. But
that would be like if Vane went out there without Davey Vane. Why? You know, just why?
Well, you know, because maybe the guys in the band just like playing together and they can still pick up a couple of bucks.
Yeah. Are we down to that?
Maybe.
This scene is just a mess, isn't it?
As long as there's an audience and there's a promoter willing to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it is. It happened this weekend. Maybe we'll get more Tim Mosier and friends doing a night of junkyard songs or something. Doesn't even say on the wiki page who's singing. It doesn't even list a singer. Are they playing these all instrumental? That's it. I mean, the whole thing is kind of like, well, tell us what it is. Is it junkyard? Is it not? Is it, they're not telling us a whole lot.
Well, maybe it's like a box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What do I got here? Would you like to hear Corey Feldman singing Fleetwood Mac?
Oh, boy. Well, that's exciting.
Another guy. You want to talk about guys that should stop? This is one of them.
Yo, metalheads, you ready to get your brains blown off? Blizzard of Oz is now on vinyl, baby. Randy Rhoads ripping faces off with those insane solos, Crazy Train blasting through your speakers like a freight train from hell. This ain't some lame stream, this is the real deal on wax, loud as hell and twice as evil. Links at the bottom of the screen. Buy the Blizzard of Oz vinyl and let it take you on a trip.
Hi, this is Mike from Heaven Shall Burn, and you're watching CMS TV.
This is one of them.
Well, did you see, while you're pulling that up, did you see by any chance that strangely enough that Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks are going to collaborate on a new record for next year?
Those two.
They're
like the original Fight to Fuck couple, aren't they? They really are.
I mean, she put up such a fuss that she got him kicked out of Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac.
I'm not playing if he's in the band. And then he ended up having to sue them.
Yeah. And now
because
she's like,
of her.
I'll still work with. What's wrong with him that he's willing to work with her?
Well, that must have been some damn good pussy.
Well, I imagine that's probably true.
Some damn crazy pussy right there.
I cannot imagine that
I
fucking
can't
Stevie
wait till
Nicks
she
and
gets her OnlyFans going.
Yeah. Oh, hate to say it, but I would pay for that one. How much would you pay for that just for 1 month? 20?
A month?
Just for 1 month, just to see her naked.
I'd throw 20 at it.
I'd throw 20 easily. Would you throw 50? I would.
I don't know about 50.
I would. Not even a thought.
No.
I'd give up groceries for a week and go 100.
Well, what do you got to get in the OnlyFans to spend the 50?
I just want to see her naked.
Oh, so you got to see the naked.
I got to see tits. I got to see that frothy white bush that I'm sure is there now. Because I really do not think that Stevie Nicks, being the witchy woman that she is, there's no way is she trimming that thatch. No way. You know, that is a bush that looks like it should be tumbling in the desert of Arizona. You know that's true. But yeah, I would pay 50.
Only if you get nakedness.
Yeah, I gotta get nakedness. I don't want to hear her philosophies on life or anything.
But what if she just wants to talk about her songwriting?
No, I could care less. I could watch a documentary and see that.
All right, so 50 guaranteed nakedness.
But I don't even need a ton. Like, I don't need to see her sucking cock or anything. I
didn't say perform a porn show. You just want to see nakedness.
I would like to see a front shot and a back shot.
You want to see old lady Stevie Nicks?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Maybe Donna Mills is onto something now that my own freak flag is starting to fly.
But see, you're it's subjective on who you
It
like.
is. It is, because I would go older than Stevie Nicks. I'd drop a 50 to see Barbara Eden.
I was going to just throw that out there.
Yeah, I would drop 50 to see Barbara Eden.
Even at 90, she's 90, right? 90 something?
Mm-hmm.
I think Barbara Eden's in her 90s.
In her 80s or 90s, so yeah, I'd pay for that. I want to see Jeannie.
You want to see Jeannie? You want to see Jeannie's Jeannie?
Yeah, I want to see if Jeannie's a cleanie. I want to see her old used up vag.
Right.
Fuck yeah. Jeannie, Barbara Eden, but still for me, like Barbara Eden is like the all timer. To me, if I had to rank them in the history of the world, Barbara Eden would be my number one, and then a very close second would be Pamela Anderson in her 20s or whatever it was, right before she got her tits done, right before Barbed Wire, when she was like on Home Improvement or those kind of shows, and the early Playboy stuff. Pam was as good as it's ever going to get. And honestly, my girl Sydney Sweeney climbing up that list. There's just something sexy about Sydney Sweeney.
She knows she's sexy. That's the thing. She exudes sexiness and sexual energy is what, and she knows it, and she wants it.
But it's weird because even when she's not flaunting it, I still find her to be massively sexy. Like
because it's an attitude with her.
Well, there was like this video this week that was floated around. I'm sure it was by her publicist that floated it out there. It was her and the boyfriend, Scooter Braun, and they were serving sandwiches or something to people that were going through the fires or whatever out there in Oregon or something. And they went out there to volunteer to serve food or whatever the fuck, right? And she's wearing a blue jean overall, like to where you're not seeing her tits and you're not seeing anything really. It's as unsexy of Sydney Sweeney wear as you're gonna see. Still fucking sexy.
But she still pulls it off.
Yeah, she's
it's kind of like those American Eagle commercials she did.
Yeah.
You know, those jeans were like 6 times too big for her.
Right.
You know, but she still pulled it off. And then on top of that, from the guy standpoint, her being under the hood of that Mustang and then getting in it and tearing around in, circles and stuff.
Yep.
It's just again with the attitude, it's just like I'm a sexy hot chick and I'm carefree about it.
Yeah. Here she is. That's her in the middle.
Yeah.
Still hot.
She's the farmer's daughter.
Yes.
But she's putting her big boobies out there, though.
Yeah, she is. A little bit.
Yeah, and comparatively, look at these two pigs on this.
Well, I think that's part of Sydney's game. Isn't that a chick game? You surround yourself with uglier chicks so that you look even hotter?
The stew fish.
Yeah. She's really playing. She knows the game better than anybody. I'll bet you there was 2 other thinner ones that were in there before. And she's like, no, I want these 2.
Yeah, I want these 2 thick hulks in here. Wow.
And we really, it's horrible. We're totally beating up these women that are like, putting together food packages and shit for people that got their homes burned down. We're like, look at these fat cows. We really are fucking terrible people. Oof. Well, good for Sydney. I'm glad she's out there doing community service.
Yeah, of course.
But there's something about her too. Like, there's videos of her, like, it's kind of a well-known thing with her that she likes to work on cars and build cars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all kinds of videos of her just cranking wrenches and shit. And She's all dirty from the grease and shit. And it's
Right,
like,
of course.
still fucking hot. It's like she can't make herself not hot. That's what. You know what? Jim is an idiot. Sweeney fucks dogs. She's out there trying to help people that got their homes burned down, Jim. And you're literally pushing that she's fucking dogs? Come on, man. Oh, good for Sydney. Hey, who's your top 3 or 5?
No, you already know it's Susanna.
Susanna Hoffs is in that list, yeah. I mean, where would the pinups be? Where would Jane Mansfield or
well, probably one from the old Hollywood would be Rita Hayworth.
Yeah.
Holy shit, she in that movie Gilda. I bought that DVD, that Gilda. She's smoking hot in that movie, and that movie is like in 1940 something.
Nice.
You know, it's like Jesus Christ,
right?
You know, and the other one is like Connie Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's her name?
What about Marilyn Monroe? What about the obvious?
Well, Marilyn's great. I mean, but it's just everybody's, you know, classic pinup. But
See, I don't think she was that great personally.
Yeah, I mean, but it's the imagery more than anything else. But Anne Margaret, holy shit!
What about the one with the bras, Jane Russell?
Oh, she never did anything for me. But Anne Margaret, great, loved her. Connie Stevens, hot.
Anybody from the age of color photography?
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
Oh, Susanna Hoff.
Yeah.
Well, when I was growing up in the 70s, Barbie Benton.
Yeah.
She was a favorite of mine.
Barbie Benton was hot.
Yeah, she was.
She was definitely smoking fucking.
Yeah, she was in that goofy TV sitcom. I think they only had one season. I think it was called Rock Sugar or something like that.
Okay.
It was like a girl band. I think that was the name of the TV show, Rock Sugar.
I don't remember that.
They were a girl band trying to make it.
Oh, this will disappoint you.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Oh, you can see that? Okay, let me put it on the screen.
She's got a guy face there. Holy
Jeez,
shit.
Oh man. She looks like Rick Schroeder.
And drag.
She does.
She does. I agree. Yeah, that's not a good picture. 72.
That's Raquel Schroeder.
Yeah, no shit.
Jesus.
I liked her when she was a brunette back in the 70s.
How about this? Is that better? That's still old. It's fine.
Well, she's still pretty cute there.
Yeah, not bad. 1970s. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's pretty goddamn good.
Mm-hmm.
She would have ruined herself, though, if they had implants in the 70s. Because wasn't she all hooked up with, like, Larry Flint or something?
Well, she was not Larry Flint. Got
Hugh?
Playboy. Yeah, Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner?
Yeah, she was one of Hugh Hefner. She was his girlfriend there for a little while, and then she was like, I think she was dating like Jerry Brown or something like that.
Okay, the congressman or whatever he was, governor,
former governor of California.
That's a pretty good look there for the 70s.
Look at that flat belly on her. Holy cow!
That would definitely catch a puddle of cum. Good Lord. It has.
That's when she was at the top of her game right there.
Yeah, that's tippy top. That's pretty good. I always liked her too. But she was no Barbara Eden.
No, Barbara Eden. She was the Sydney Sweeney of her day.
Yeah. I remember the whole thing with Jeannie, and she was so hot that they had to cover her belly or something.
Yeah,
like the outfit had to cover her.
Well, they couldn't show her belly button for some reason.
Hey, that's not a great picture. That's a good picture. Jesus. That's pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we're going to close the show, by the way, people. We're just going to look at fucking pictures of
we're looking at
broads
chicks
from the 70s.
Yeah, looking at chicks.
Yeah, looking at chicks from the 70s.
Yeah. Back when they were good.
All right. That is... See, and I know you can't see nothing, but that is absolutely stunning. She is fucking stunning, man.
Yeah, well, when she was in that TV show, that Harper Valley PTA, she was hot in that TV show too.
Yeah, she's a hot piece of ass, that's for sure.
So 90-year-old Barbara Eden on OnlyFans. Chris is all in.
I'm paying.
Chris is all in.
Damn right. I still dream of Jeannie. Even at 90. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. We're really just kind of riffing about nothing at this point.
All right. Well, it's been a fun show, fast show. Some good silly stuff tonight.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yep. All right. Well, again,
hold on. Interruption
yes?
Before we end.
Yes.
J-Rad makes a great point. Elizabeth Montgomery.
Well, I was going to bring her up, and I actually was thinking that I was going to bring her up. I was going to throw her in there when you mentioned Barbara Eden. I go, any thoughts on Elizabeth Montgomery?
Yes, I liked her too. But to be honest, I liked her when she played the sister more than I liked her as...
Oh, you liked her when she was Serena.
Was Serena with the black hair.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I love blondes, but... The Montgomery. Yeah, I liked her, man. She was hot. Just natural hot. And that's a blurry picture. That's a terrible picture. That's a terrible picture. Starting to think she wasn't that hot. All right, that's better. Put that back on the screen. Yeah. Looks sort of like Stevie Nicks a little bit when she was like 20, 21.
Yep, she's in that. She's got that same kind of look about her.
Mm-hmm. Not bad. All right, now we can go.
All right. Well, we always appreciate everybody who tunes in and listens to our nonsense. Everybody have a safe and enjoyable week. Hopefully we'll be back next Saturday and do the thing all over again.
Yep.
I'm going to leave you with some Johnny Crash. This one is requested by Skippy.
Okay.
And there's no bones about it. We're out of here. So this is Neely along with my very good friend
Chris Akin.
We're gone.
Bye, kids.
Yo, you glam metal savages! You want to hear the album that lit the fuse on the entire 80s hair metal explosion? This is it! Motley Crue's debut, Too Fast for Love. Raw, filthy, LO out as hell glam punk that'll melt your face off. Livewire hits like a kick to the teeth. Public Enemy #1 and Merry-Go-Round will have you smashing the volume knob. Remastered, meaner than ever, and ready to key rank in your ride or your man cave. If you call yourself a rocker and you do not have this in your collection yet, then that's a crime, brother. Click the link at the bottom of the screen right now and grab it before it's gone.